Ladies and gentlemen, no time for an introduction. We are in the building tonight. Make sure you hit the like button as you are coming in. Tonight is 3/2/2024. Again, smash that like button. It's nice to see everybody in here. Pin a rose on your nose. I see you in the chat. What is going on? Mom, the Five Kings. Julie, how you doing tonight? Glitter, how you doing tonight? Hi, T-REV and Rev Game family. Hi, Mods. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way in. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you. What's going on, though? Let's lock in. Gene, what's going on? This Susan, how you doing tonight? All right. Obviously, I want to come on and talk more about this case because as I look at certain things and I hear certain details, it strikes me as odd. I'm still sus about mom. I don't think I'm gonna get over that. Right now, I'm still sus about the mother. Allegedly, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I just feel some type of way there. I don't know if you do, but I do. What's going on, Gold Dust? Welcome to the stream. Chris, nice to see you, brother. How you doing tonight? Naomi, nice to see you. Alicia, how you doing? Let me say hi to everybody real quick. Exploited Innocence. Hi, everyone. What's going on, Exploited Innocence? How you doing tonight? Woohoo! Kelly Wilkins said, Pat, how you doing? Shelly, nice to see you. I believe he did it. What about mom though? Because as I watch back these interviews, and I was watching them earlier with headphones on, and I'm just looking like something is off. Like something is just off there. I don't know what it is. Allegedly, if you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is not true. But we don't know for a fact that she is not being investigated right now whatsoever. They can say that to the public. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to say, yeah, we're investigating mom. That's just not going to happen. You're not going to hear that whatsoever. It's just not going to come out of a police officer's mouth or detective's mouth when standing on the stand giving an update. It's never going to happen. Angel's mama, how you doing tonight? Nice to see you. Marks, nice to see you too. Hey, all, let's talk about this sketchiest case. Yes, we're going to dive into it. We're going to open up the lines. But as you're coming in again, make sure you hit the like button so we can lock in. Jennifer says, hi, T-REV Gang fam. So glad you came on. I wasn't even going to come on, but then I was like, you know what? We need a late night Saturday live, hang out, talk this case, hear from the people. How you doing, Shay? Lori, Kathy. And what is that noise playing? Damn, that's weird. Anyways, Nina, how you doing tonight? Nice to see you. Packers fan. Tori's 15 months. Thank you so much for your dedication and support to my channel. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. 15 months? 15 months is crazy. Rock 13, nice to see you. Let's dive into this though. But there, let's go ahead and peep this interview again. Look at this dude right here. Hold on. I want to go to here first because this dude, I don't know.
Get your first and last name and spell them both out for me.
Stephen Stearns, STEPHAN STERNS.
All right, so Stephen, you seem very emotional right now. Explain to us.
I dropped her off.
Yeah, that's a lot of deflecting. You can see that in his body language too. Did they end up doing a presser today? Not that I seen. Jackie says, so glad to be here. Nice to see you, Jackie. Mark says, I believe mom knew that was threatened and or intimidated by boyfriend. Doesn't excuse her actions of not coming forward or coming clean initially when everyone was looking out for her. Karen says, yes, the mom lied in 2 different interviews. She lied. She knew. Yeah, you had what did she say? We dropped her off. But it's alleged that her body was seen in the vehicle. That's what it's alleged. It's alleged that her body was seen in the vehicle. Deceased. Again. Now, it says let's dive into some of these details. It says a 13-year-old girl who was reported missing in late February was found dead on Friday, according to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Madeline Soto was found by the Osceola County Sheriff's Office near Hickory Tree Road at around 4:30 p.m. in a wooded area. She was reported missing on February 27th by OCSO. Soto's family has been notified, deputies say. Now, if you go down to here, the discovery of her body came hours after Osceola County Sheriff John Mina announced that investigators were confident that Soto was dead. Deputies say they had found evidence that Soto was never dropped off near her school on the morning of February 26. OCSOS says additional evidence found on video shows Steven Stearns, the boyfriend of Soto's mother, discarding items in a dumpster at the Kissimmee apartment complex at 7:35 a.m. Deputies say investigators had later found Soto's backpack inside the dumpster. At 8:19 a.m., a video showed Stearns, 37, returning to the apartment complex with Soto visible in the car. Deputies believe she was already dead. On February 20, oh yeah, that's the part right there. At 8:19 a.m., a video showed Stearns, 37, returning to the apartment complex with Soto visible in the car. Now, if we go back to the interview of mom, ladies and gentlemen, right? Mom says, we dropped her off. Okay. We dropped her off. From what part did we drop her off? Did he end up with her alone? Because if we, you know what I'm saying? If we drop her off, we dropped her off. We're together. If I say we isn't we, that's at 8:19 a.m. So it says he's seen discarding items in the dumpster at 7:35 a.m. I just saying.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
There's a lot wrong there. Does anybody not see something wrong in this story? I see a lot wrong here. Brad says, "Oh, mom messed up." Now, what's going on, Heidi? Welcome to the stream. Dom says, "Mom lying big time." I think mom's on some bullshit. I'm going to be allegedly. Again, this is just my opinion. And allegedly, if you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is not true. But we need to be talking about mom right now. What is mom? How did mom? Like I said, we dropped her off. That's her own words. I'm not mixing her words up. She said we dropped her off. So again, if we is in we as a family, right? Or yeah, we. But again, it's at 7:35. He's seen discarding things into the dumpster. And then at 8:19, again, the video shows Stearns returning to the apartment complex with Soto's body visible in the car. I'm just saying. So again, at 8:19, video shows Stearns returning to that apartment complex with Soto's body visible in the car. Deputies say she was already deceased. On February 28th, Kissimmee police, working with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, arrested Stearns for sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material after finding disturbing images and videos on his phone. And I've read some of that. I've actually got the little PCA part to that, the details. Like I said, you got to have a stomach to read those details on there. I read it yesterday on live stream. I don't think I want to read that again. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, go to my Twitter. It is there. It's probably the first post that you'll run across, or one of the, right at the top. And it's disgusting. So, okay, here we're going to talk about this case. Not only that, I'm going to open up the lines and let you guys call in. I'm giving everybody 6 minutes. Whoever wants to call in and talk about this case, I want to hear your thoughts, opinions, your theories on what do you think mom is innocent here, and did she play any part into this case? If you think so, call and let me know. Allegedly, I want to see where everybody's mind's at in the community. I'm thinking mom's sus. Some people are saying, nah, leave mom alone. But when I'm hearing things like we and seeing these videos and different aspects broken down, it just starts getting weird for me. It's weird. I mean, I don't get it.
Everything looked fine when I drove away.
Something is wrong there, Linda said. Cindy, how you doing tonight?
What were the conversations that y'all had in the car when you dropped her off?
Not much. She was asleep for most of the way.
Let me open this.
Told her have a good day at school when she got out, and I love her. She said thanks, love you too. That was it.
And so where do you think she could possibly be? I mean, this isn't, as I was told, this isn't normal behavior.
This is not normal behavior. She's not the type that would just run off. We don't know where she could be.
Lying your ass off, dude. You're lying your ass
I
off.
just want her home.
Are you, in a sense, blaming yourself?
Bro, you look like you got allergies.
It's hard not to.
It's hard not to.
I dropped her off early.
I mean, if he had tears coming down his eyes, he might win an award. right? If he had tears flowing down his eyes at this point, I may reward him with, okay, he can act. Like, this dude is horrible at acting. Horrible. Like, I mean, I could do that. I could rub my eyes and get them all white. Like, come on, get out of here with that bullshit. That's horrible. Horrible. Man can't even act.
I could have waited longer.
Fake tears. Agreed.
She looked okay. She was walking.
I'm about to open it in
in
1 second. I got
it was like any other day, so I went on with my day.
I'm about to open it in 1 second.
It's hard not to blame myself.
1, 2. You can go in that. Go ahead, try now.
Since
she's been very.
Here we go. 4, 2, 3. You're on with me. What's going on? You're live.
Hey, T-REV.
Doug in the building. Doug from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Hey, I got Doug's intro for him. Doug from Tennessee calling in. What's going on, brother? 6 minutes. The floor is yours. What's your thoughts on this case? Break it down.
I believe the mom knows something, because there's no way that I could have an interview knowing that about my child.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, he's lying his ass off on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody took the video, and I just believe mom's in on it. She done it to keep her man.
Somebody took the video.
I believe somebody took it.
Oh man. But what if okay, say that it was a video taken, they wouldn't, I mean, he's not talking, so they would have to figure out who was behind it, if there was.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But I just believe mama was in on it.
That's crazy.
And they're going to end up finding out. If they do, they need to fast track both of them and put the electric chair to both of them and let them go. They don't even need to be a court case. On crimes like that, brother, they don't even need a court case. Don't waste the money on them. That's the way I feel.
Don't waste money on them. Don't house them. Don't give them meals.
Nope. If it's like this right here, the proven fact, he needs to be done in quickly.
Yeah.
No trial, no nothing. A judge immediately. No jury trial. If you've done something to a child like this, stop these people, make example of these people, and then stop. But when you can do it and get by with it, they're going to keep on doing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel sorry for the little girl. Somebody else had to know. They had to know. A child just don't get abused like that and want to run away. At 13-year-old kid don't want to run away from home.
Yeah. No way.
It's just a horrible situation for a child.
Yeah.
These parents need to be held accountable. I mean, when these kids go to school and do these shootings, these parents need to be held accountable. These kids out running around shooting people, they need to be held accountable. It's the parents' fault. You know if your child's in a gang.
Yeah, I agree. You know what's going on.
Yeah. But I won't keep you long. I want you to have other callers. And I enjoy your show, bro.
I appreciate you, Doug. Doug, always look forward to hearing from you. I was wondering what you would think with this case. I know you're always one of the first ones that get through when we're covering different cases. This one is just, I don't know, man. There was really you can't go based off of traffic tickets. You could just stay vigilant and watch people. At this point, if they don't have a track record of hurting children, then it's kind of hard that to blame a mom for not picking it up. But in this case, I'm trying not to blame mom, but I'm looking at mom as like, what did you, why are you saying we dropped her off? And when they're talking about this case, the police are talking about it. They're talking about like right around this same time. So it's like what you're saying. You got the public thinking we is in you, your daughter, and that man that hurt your daughter. And not only that, right after he's seen discarding things and her dead body is in the vehicle. So it's like, I don't know. That's weird to me, Doug. It's weird. We want to know
if that was her body. It might have been mama.
Well, they're saying the
It could have
deceased
been.
body. They're saying the deceased body they seen in the vehicle on
Yeah.
they believe is her being deceased.
Well, I just think they need to fast track him out. Start with him,
Mm-hmm.
and if she found out to be guilty, do her in too.
Do her into. I agree, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Appreciate you, Doug.
all right, keep them locked up safe.
God bless you, brother. Make sure you lock your doors, stay safe, and I look forward to hearing from you again as always, brother.
All right, have a good day.
God bless you. Love and light. Shout out to Doug, man. We appreciate it. If you want to call in, it's 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts, opinions, and theories on this case? What's your thoughts on 252? What's going on? You're live. 252 said, nah, I don't know. They're probably trying over and over again. 252, what's going on? You're live.
Oh, hello. I thank you for everything that you do. I greatly appreciate you, and I am new to your stream, and I love you. I think that you're absolutely great. I have so much about this case and that I've watched from different streams, but the biggest thing that I just saw right before you came on live is that there was somebody on YouTube, and his friend from over a decade called into the website, and he talked. Yes, and he was friends with him from the age of 17 to 27. I actually copied the link on the YouTube video, and I will share it with you. He talked about this man, all right, his friend. And now thinking back to it, like he's getting childhood phone calls from friends from years and years and years ago saying all about this man. What do you think's going on? How come we didn't catch on to this? Oh, but we caught on to that. And what he said in the video was that his mother was an absolute lunatic. All right. This man's mother, never mind that at the age of 14, they had to move out of state because he took a knife to a man and just missed his heart at the age of 14.
What? And you heard that today?
Yes, 15 minutes before you came on, I was just watching the video. It was just posted about 3 hours ago. If you can tell me how to copy it to you, I mean, if I can just put it on the chat,
It's been sent
I will
like 5 times, but it's by a creator that I don't with. I think I know who you're talking about.
I'm not too sure. It's some a detective thing. I don't know. I've just been all over this case, and this case reminds me. It has so much similarity to what's the other case? The Adam Montgomery case and the Caleb Montgomery case. There's a lot of similarities. I believe that this mother right here knows everything that's going on. And I'm saying that because I can feel it. I'm a victim of domestic abuse. Where the man is in the background, okay? And he's back there and he's making sure that the woman knows that he's standing back there. He's bringing attention by cracking his knuckles. And never mind that, on the video that I just watched, all right, the childhood friend for a decade from 17 to 27. Oh, and he cut him off. He did cut him off. I'll get to that. But he did bring up about the knuckles. And he said that the minute that he saw him on the video and he saw him cracking his knuckles, he knew right then and there that this man has killed this poor little girl.
Whoa,
because back in the day that he was always cracking his knuckles when put under pressure. Now he said he's a very smart man, very, very smart, but very stupid. He's very smart when it came down to like certain like technology stuff and computers. All right. He did say that he did know that he did work at Disney. Now think about it. Of course he's going to work at Disney. Disney is filled with children.
That's disgusting to think about, ain't it?
Now think about that. Think about that. That wasn't brought up then, but think about that.
Is it that the worst type of predator is somebody who doesn't have a track record, but literally is in love with children? That's the worst type of predator.
And you know what? And now listen to this story that he said on the video, okay?
Mhm.
That he remembers they went to college together, and there was a group from high school, and they were together for like 12 years, okay? And they remember this one time they went to a party, and when they were at the party, like he brought in his girlfriend, all right? A small little Asian girlfriend that he had.
Mm-hmm.
She was about 4'5". He actually found out 2 days ago because she reached out to this man that was on the podcast or whatnot, and she wasn't. And I guess she was 17, and he was 21.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. He actually just found out 2 days ago that she was actually not 17. She was
Hold up.
14.
14?
She called. Yep. She was 14. So I guess the woman just called the friends like the past 2 days or something like that, and she said, "Hey, listen, isn't this crazy about what's going on?" She's like, "I got to let you know though, when I was dating him, I was not 17 years old. I was 14."
That's crazy.
And I learned a lot about that. But when it comes down to a lot of all the other things, I mean, when the mother is saying, "Yeah, we dropped her off," we dropped her off, meaning we dropped her off. Was she involved of dropping off the body? We later arrest them when she says we, because then she says he dropped her off at school or at the church or whatnot. But where she is saying we, there is a part of her that is dropping the daughter off somewhere. I know that she does know a lot more than anything, because if you watch the video that you have up on the screen right now, I mean, my TV's paused for the echoing, but I mean, that video, when speaking about the love of her, they look at the camera.
Yeah.
Because of course they love her. But when they're speaking about like other things, and when the man's questioning, they look down. And that man on the TV, I forget his name, I'm sorry. He always looks down and he looks to the left.
This dude on this dude on the screen now?
Yeah.
You talk about this weirdo Steven.
Yeah, Steven is his name. Yeah.
What's up with all these weirdo Stevens coming out? Don Steven McDougal, Steven, you know what I mean? Like Steven Stearns. Like, get him out of here.
It's absolutely crazy. And another thing that brings me to alarming thing about the birthday party. Okay, why was the mother not at the birthday party? And I know that I've seen pictures of her, the little girl dressed up. All right, Maddie dressed up. I mean, portraying that was a picture of her birthday party from last year. But why was her mother not at her birthday party? And was there really a birthday party? And who was at this birthday party?
I don't know, but that's a good question. People asking why there hasn't been a presser yet. Could it be possibly because mom is a possible suspect allegedly?
I believe that she knows of everything that was going on in the background. I believe that there's a lot of domestic abuse and scared for her own life of maybe not coming forward.
Welcome, Sid.
I believe that she knows a lot more, but when he's standing in the background, cracking his knuckles, he's also making aware, letting her know, I'm right here. I'm listening to everything. You know, he's bringing attention to her, you know, so maybe she's not going to say that, you know, she's not going to, you know, I'm right in the background. I'm listening to everything, because I've been into domestic abuse, and, you know, so you don't speak. They're going to make sure that they're around so you can't speak.
Right.
You know, and where he's in the background in the video, you know, and cracking his knuckles also, he's also bringing attention to her. And, you know, where she stops, and I've seen a couple of different videos, and I watched a couple of different, you know, I don't know, I just draw attention. And, you know, what I've also been seeing, and I followed the whole case with Adam and Kayla Montgomery, and I see a lot of similarity with the two.
You think there's a lot of similarities between this case and that one?
Yes, I do. I honestly
it's funny
believe
you just
I
mentioned
did.
that, because I just made a 3-part docuseries tonight. I should have it out within the next couple of days, but it's about Harmony, it's about Summer Wells, and it's about Quentin Simon, and those videos will be coming out soon, and then I'll continue to make that series.
I'm looking forward to
trending
it.
series, because I feel like there needs to be a lot of changes in the United
There has
States.
to be. Because look at right now, there's something really going on right now. There's so many other cases though too with 13 and 14-year-olds. I mean, girls though too. that are just disappearing, taking off. Bad things are happening. But I mean, I just, with the awareness of how come nothing is being picked up. I mean, the public out there, the schools out there, and others, how come it takes so long, you know, until something like this, you know, happens? You know, it's taking too long, and for death, it shouldn't be this long. I mean, there has to be. I mean, I do have background in childhood, and all educators are mandatory reporters, daycare centers, all of that. I mean, there has to have been some sort of other, you know, somebody had to have seen something, you know, and not reported it. There has to be more behind all of this, you know, behind, and you don't actually know what goes on behind closed doors. No. You know, but a child will always, you know, you know that there's something. I mean, but, you know, people just, the time that we're in right now in life in the world, you know, people are fast paced and they're not paying attention to maybe little things.
So like, your final thoughts on the situation for tonight anyways. Like, do you think that mom is involved or not? I'm going to take notes with every call. I'm going to ask this at the end of every call. Do you think mom is involved or not?
I absolutely, unfortunately, you know what? Mom knows what is going on. Now, whether she wanted to be involved or not, you know, I don't think so. Okay. I think she got involved because she had no other choice to. Now, who was taking the videos of him when you know, when the cops got his phone and stuff like that, and it was videotaped? Now, who was, you know, was it him holding the video, taking the videos? Was it somebody else made to take the videos?
That's kind of what Doug was speculating towards when he first called in. He said, who was, you know, mom was taking the video, allegedly.
Was she forced to make the videos, to take them, you know?
That'd be
there's, like I said, you can also see it in her eyes. There is more behind it. I know that she knows and is aware of what is going on. I think maybe with her words, you know, you can catch on with a lot too. I mean, she just brought up the cell phone out of nowhere. Oh, she didn't have her cell phone. Well, we didn't ask right away,
right? You
know, but you brought it to our attention. So, okay, you know, there's something a little bit more behind that too.
Yeah,
you know,
we'll have to check. We'll be deep diving into all of it. I mean, barely just a little bit of the information's came out. There's been no presser, and I'm waiting to see some more documents too. And
I'm very surprised there was nothing today. You know,
me too. I was surprised too when I seen barely anything was out. And I appreciate you calling in, having a voice in the community. I look forward to hearing from you again. Whenever you think of anything, you're more than welcome to call back too. I just want to get.
Oh no, I love this, and thank you so much for putting me on, and thank you for everything that you do. And I heard your story last night. I listened to you last night too, and my heart's with you, and you know, and good for everything that you're doing, and thank you for all the time. And I've talked enough, and I love to listen to all the rest of the callers.
God bless.
What a great team you got here. Thank you.
Shout out to my Carolina family. God bless.
All right. You all have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Shout out to her. Make sure you lock your doors too and stay vigilant. 219-885-9693. What is your thoughts and opinions and theories on this case? Do you believe that mom is involved? Was she holding this camera? Was she holding this camera? It's weird. 757 sent from heaven. What's going on? You live.
Hey, Trev.
What's going on, Donna? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Hanging in there. Just looking at these disturbing details.
Yeah,
it's nasty. I mean, this guy literally was seen I don't know. She was allegedly seen in his vehicle or in the vehicle deceased. So the fact that they could get video footage like that and say, yeah, we believe she was deceased right there. They seen something.
I think that, you know, I'm gonna go against the grain here a little bit. I don't think this mom is involved at all. I don't.
Okay.
Even though she said the we thing, you know, it's like I told you that the other night when I called. People do that. They tend to say we instead of I or she. They look at themselves as a couple or
that's partner. A good. I think that's a good point you're making, Donna. Keep going.
Because I mean, I do it. I've done it. You know, or like if you're in a group of people and you're talking about something, and one person needs to correct something, but sometimes you'll say, "Yeah, we need to get that in order."
Right.
You know, you're saying we. We're not. It's not about we, but it's about the person. But you're just generalizing it as a whole. So you know, there's a part of me that doesn't think that she's involved in this. I overheard something in one of the shows I watched this morning that said that they were talking about her, Madeline having ADHD and possibly some autism, and they were leaning towards it. You know, some of that stuff is hereditary, that maybe the mom suffers from some of that stuff by the way she was behaving, the way her, she was kind of detached. But shock also does that, you know. I mean,
I mean, I
none of
grew
us
up with
know.
ADHD. I mean, I was a normal
I
kid,
mean,
had
no,
fun,
but
played in dirt. I
I'm
mean,
talking even if she had an autistic component, if she was on the spectrum, you know. But the thing is nobody knows how you're going to act. Some people say I'd be screaming and hollering and doing this, but can you really say that?
Yeah,
Never
no,
had it
that's a good.
happen.
That's
You
a good
don't
point.
know.
That's a good
You
point.
don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Yeah, you feel like in your heart, you know, in my heart, I think I would be going crazy and screaming and all that too. But in reality, you don't know until that moment how you will, you know, if you go into shock, you're not going to do that. But
That's a good point.
anyway, one of the things that I noticed yesterday, and this is another reason why I think she's not involved, is, you know, in everything that they picked up, for them to see that child in that car, you know, the mother, you know, if she was involved, it was prior to him leaving that house. But I believe she was alive when she left.
Right.
And because of that, you know, the mother wasn't seen on video. She'd have been arrested already,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. She would have been arrested already, I think. She left alive. He killed her, did whatever he did to her, brought her back with him, you know, because he said he picked her up evidently earlier than normal. And, you know, for them to be able to see that she was dead, I don't know if she was sitting in the front seat and they could see, you know, who knows. But that's crazy to me. Just the thought of that is just crazy to me. And wifey and I were sitting here last night watching. I was telling her about it, and she said, "Well, is that the mother standing there in front of the birthday cake? You know, at the table when she's standing there in that dress?"
Right.
And I'm like, "What?" And then she showed. Then they switched to a picture of a younger picture with the glasses. And I said, "That's her." And then they switched back to the birthday picture, and she goes, "Oh, is that her mother?" I said, "No, that's her." She goes, "Well, why does she look like that? Why is she dressed like that?" And I told her, I said, you know, when a child is sexualized, because evidently, according to what I read on that paper, you know, that document you posted.
Yes. Nasty.
It said
disgusting.
The pictures were dated March of 22 to December of 23.
Right.
Okay, so she would have been 10, 11, I guess, because she's really 12, turning 13 now.
Right.
So she was, you know, evidently they've been together since she was quite young. But those pictures that they found, she was under. That's why he got a new charge. He got a new charge of sexual battery on a child under the age of 12. Someone last night was talking about he'd been charged before with a crime against a child. No, they added an additional charge to him, and that was for the pictures on his phone.
You know,
because he engaged a child performance a sexual act on him, and it's sexual battery on a child under the age of 12 was his charge that they said yesterday, that they added that to it once they realized it was her on that video or on those pictures. But I was trying to tell, you know, like I was talking about her in that dress. You know, the reason why she looked like she was 20 years old or whatever, 18 or whatever in that picture, is because her innocence is gone, you know?
Right.
She's been sexualized.
Right.
So she's aware of her body. You know, people don't understand when children are being sexually abused, you know, your body betrays you when you're sexually abused.
Yeah.
Your body feels things you don't think it should feel, you know? But then you become aware of your body. You become aware of, you know, women or girls become aware of their breasts and the rest of their bodies, and boys too. They become sexualized.
Yeah.
So they start dressing more mature. They start wanting to appear more mature. I'm not victim blaming. Nobody come at me on that one, because I'm not. I'm just saying, you know.
It's Donna on the line, Southern Soul. We got Donna on the line.
you know, I just know. Okay, I just put it to you that way.
Yeah.
And she's not. She didn't do anything wrong by it. She picked something out that made her look mature. You know, I think that dress is mature looking. You know, she didn't, and I can understand where she was like, my gosh, you know, is that her?
Mm-hmm.
You know, she doesn't look like a child. And a lot of that comes from abuse. But one of the things that I was disgusted with this guy. Every time, you know, it's like I want to say, take him off the screen. He's disgusting. He's a disgusting, despicable person. And I can't even believe when he said, you know, she was the sweetest little girl, and we just love her so much.
Mm-hmm.
I could have just barfed on myself.
Absolutely.
It was just so sickening.
What's
But
up,
her
YouTube?
party,
It is absolutely this whole entire case is disgusting in my opinion.
But you know what I noticed? Think about Audrey Cunningham.
Yes.
She
Mm-hmm.
just had her birthday. She turned 11. This girl just had her birthday. She turned 13.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was taking Audrey to school. This guy was taking Madeline to school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, he says he dropped her off at the bus stop. This guy says he dropped her off by the school. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, is he just copycatting this guy? Was he thinking, man, that's a great idea?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
because he got away with, you know, he didn't get away with it, but it took them a while to find her, you know, Audrey.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like, you know, he came back home. He disposed of her book bag, you know. Audrey's book bag was disposed of where it could be found.
Mm-hmm.
This guy disposed of it in a dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then he's out in public. This guy's presenting himself on TV. It just seems like it's just going parallel with.
So, I mean, in general, final thoughts. Do you think mom's involved or not? Before I move on to the next caller. Absolutely not.
No.
Crazy.
No.
I don't know. I mean, it's good. I like hearing everything. I don't care what side anybody's on. I like hearing.
Not at this point. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it, but not at this point. I don't.
Okay.
That could change.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I appreciate you calling in, Donna. Thank you for being a voice in the community. God bless you. You know, I always look forward to hearing from you. Make sure you lock your doors, stay safe, and I will hear from you again soon, as always.
All right.
Shout out to Donna. We appreciate it. If you want to call in, it's 219-885-9693. What is your thoughts, opinions on this case? Somebody said she was victim blamed. 908. It's never too late. What's going on? You're live. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're live. What's going on?
Yes.
Can you mute the background for me, though?
Yes.
Appreciate you. And you're good to go.
I just heard the last caller.
Yes.
And, you know, I understand where she's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's going on inside that house. We don't know what's going on. But
that's a good point.
You have to understand one thing.
Right.
You know, a mother and a child.
Mm-hmm.
For a child to be missing, I mean, and she's in an interview, and to me, I understand the whole. She did said we, but later on in that same interview, she also said my boyfriend dropped her off. She kind of like corrected herself.
Mm-hmm.
But the part that gets me is when the parrot goes off, and she has time to stop, acknowledge a parrot,
mm-hmm.
and then falls back into character. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. I'm old enough to remember Susan Smith, the lady in South Carolina that drowned her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something about a mother losing a child that you just cannot fake that emotion. It's just raw. And I obviously, you know, I'm a father myself. I never lost a child. I cannot put myself in her shoes, nor do I want to. No mother should be in that shoe. But, I mean, I have stories. I have friends. I've known people that passed away. And when you get that news, I'm sorry, you cannot laugh at a parrot. That's just my take there.
Yeah, that was very disturbing. Are you talking about in this interview right here where she's like, I know exactly what you're talking about, actually. She's like, hold up for a second.
Exactly. And then I believe she did that first, and then she smiled. I'm sorry, then she dropped the whole we thing, which my wife picked that up. She said we. What do you mean we? And I was like, well, sometimes, like I say, we put our kids in gymnastics. We take our kids to football practice, and the reality is my wife taking her, but we say we when we talking to a third party or someone, like a neighbor or something. So I kind of gave it the benefit of doubt like that, but she kept hammering, no, babe. She said, we, her daughter's missing. What do you mean we? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. We. Yeah. But she did later on. She cleared it off in the interview. She said, "Well, not I, my boyfriend. If you play it down after a little, she did say that." So I was like, "Okay," and then she says, "There's video of her daughter." How does she know?
That's interesting.
No one.
They probably told her that. Hey, we got video of your daughter.
Maybe, yeah. But to me, it was just her emotions when the beginning of the interview. I never saw a tear on her. I saw a tear on the idiot. I saw a tear on him. Right. For God's sake, this guy was a master manipulator to even come in with tears. But yeah, that's my take on it. Look, it's sad, 100% sad. My heart goes out to her family. I'm sure they're devastated and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sorry. I disagree with the last caller. Everybody has their opinion.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I disagree too. But again, I like hearing everybody. Yeah,
no, definitely, yeah. And again, I just totally disagree. I mean, she has her side. She brought up some, interesting points where you can take it here or there. But I mean, come on, a mother's a mother. Mother with her kids, forget about it. I mean, it's just the way. But anyway, that's my take on it. And
so you think
I'm new to your show.
Mom played more of a part in here in this role, in this whole entire case? Like, did she play do you think that she literally is a part of what happened here, or do you think that if she was for it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's again, I'm not 100%. Like I said, I can never like swear to it, but because I don't know this case personally, I'm up in New Jersey. But just she knows more than what she portrayed. That's just evident in her. If you read body language, if you read, someone, especially going to something like that so dramatic. I mean, just the thought that your child is, let's just say your child was kidnapped and there's proof of life, you're freaking out. But to not even have that proof of life and your head is wandering, I'm sorry, I would not acknowledge a parry. Quite frankly, that I saw that, I said, forget about it. This is garbage.
Did you hear about today? He didn't want like the charges right in front of everybody, allegedly? Did you hear?
I'm sorry?
Like today he went to court or whatever. I guess they didn't want him to they didn't want the charges right in front of the inmates.
Oh, yeah. I could only imagine why. Yeah, I kind of saw something like he skipped on the court. Yeah, I kind of saw it in and out. Yeah, I mean, listen, karma is best. It's a dish best served when it's cold, and we all, you got to pay for what you do in this world.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't advocate much for the death penalty. I just never really been an advocate of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think if there's ever a reason for that, when you harm a child, I'm sorry. It's just, that's just the way I take.
Death penalty for abuse.
Definitely.
That'd be crazy.
But anyway,
be crazy.
You have a good show, man. God bless you. And, keep doing the work, because I believe, the way news is being run nowadays, some of this stuff just doesn't get, the attention that it needs to. And for all these women that are dating, please, if you have daughters, use your head. Your closest ally is your family, not the guy you bring home, who you think.
I like the way you said that. I like the way you said that too, because the news will deliver you the news, right?
Yeah.
Then every there's we don't get nowhere to speak, and people got a lot of shit on their mind, and that's why
definitely
my platform is the way it is, because we get the news, and I'll deliver the news too, but I want to talk about the news. I want to hear about what everybody thinks about the news. You get what I'm saying? I want to hear what the community thoughts are. Are you in outrage? What are your thoughts? What's your feelings? That's why I open these lines.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother, for calling.
Definitely.
Up, sharing your heart with us, man. God bless you and your wife. I hope
you got it, brother.
Hope
Take care.
Great night,
all
brother.
right.
Shout out to him. Good phone call. Love and light too to you, brother. 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts and opinions on this case? Do you think mom was involved? Do you not? So what's going on in your life? 601, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You're good. You're live. What's going on?
Look, I think mom is involved 100%.
100%.
Yes, I do.
Interesting.
Her interview was out of the world.
Let me turn. Yeah, that interview was wild, for sure. Yeah, we.
Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Her body language, the way her eyes were looking, no. She knows something. Something's been going on for quite some time. And apparently it's been going on for quite a few years.
Right.
By what we see in the report.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she was well aware of what was going on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a good assessment. You think that she was aware that something was going on between him and daughter, regardless of what it was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I would like to know if there's any other children that are in. Does she have any other children?
Not that I heard of.
I haven't heard that either. That's what I've been waiting for.
Right, to find out.
Right.
It's a good question.
No, I don't think that this just happened. I think this has been ongoing for quite some time.
That's true.
That's just me. What I've been seeing.
Right.
But I mean, 2 and 2 is 4.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. She has a son. Okay, hold up. They're saying that she has a son in the home. Or that she has a son, but I don't know that. I don't know. I haven't really seen much of that.
I have not seen anything about any other kids. Well, he ain't gonna fool with another dang son.
Oh, son that lives with the bio dad. Okay, that would make more sense because I didn't hear anything about a son being at the house.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I looked for it, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I've looked too, and I haven't seen any other children living in the home. But apparently it's been going on for quite a while.
Yes. Welcome, Moon Lover. Thank you. That's crazy. Peak, man.
Yeah. It's really crazy. And I would like to know from like his background from years ago. Does he have a
traffic tickets only is what we could find. The people on my team could only find that traffic tickets.
There was somebody else on YouTube that was saying something about other children. Now, I don't know if that's true. Now, I don't think he was ever arrested for it.
Interesting question.
But it's kind of sketchy.
Okay. On YouTube, let's see. I hope that little boy was okay. I don't know. So I don't know where this little boy is. I don't know any of that. I haven't heard anything since yesterday as far as, I've seen speculations and talks, but nothing concrete.
Yeah, I hadn't either. So that's what, kind of crazy. Yeah. And if he worked at Disney World, hello. They said he was like Goofy or something.
Disney World. That puts you right around what you like. A bunch of kids.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
So, hello. What else have you done, sir?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So I'm waiting to see what the outcome's going to be in the end. But apparently he wouldn't even show up in court on Thursday, just like Adam Montgomery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Adam Montgomery. I actually just did a little cover on that story too. Put
Yeah,
together
I
all
watched
condensed
that
in one.
crowd. And I think they should have made his butt come to court.
Right.
I don't think if you in jail and you
Well,
going on
he
trial,
disturbed the shit out of me. Allegedly, Kayla said he turned around and punched her or beat her to death or whatever. Like, and the fact that she ain't say shit, screw her too.
Yeah, that's what I say. Because I'd have beat a motherfucker's ass.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Turns around and starts boom punching her in the face. Nah, I could. That got to my stomach.
I'm telling you right now, we living in a vehicle together, and you hitting the kid in the back seat. I don't care if she's mine. We finna fight.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't understand.
I'm from Mississippi. We finna beat your ass.
Bing bong, bang bong, right to the fucking head.
Ain't no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how you gonna let a motherfucker hit some kid in the head like that? And you got two other kids in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on out here. But before I let you go and move on to the next caller again, do you think mom is involved allegedly? Yes or no?
I do. I think she knew something.
Thank you, Carmela.
I do.
Well, we'll find out if she is. I mean, I think it's pretty weird they ain't come out with a presser already. But then again, it's the weekend. So I thought they would have yesterday, though. I mean, it was Friday, right? You could have came out with a little presser last night.
Yeah, well, it's coming. It's coming.
God bless you, ma'am. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for being a voice in the community. Make sure you lock your doors and you stay vigilant. Okay? Stay safe.
They always locked. We locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. God bless you. Shout out to her. Good phone call. If you want to call in just like her, 219-885-9693. What's your thoughts and opinions and theories on this case? Is the mom involved? Is she? Okay, here we go. The lines are going crazy tonight. 812, Mr. Gary Smoke, aka Smoke. You're on the line. What's going on, brother?
What's up, brother? Hey, man.
Chilling,
so
man.
I'm just gonna tell it straight up how it is, man. What I think it is, I think she knew, and I'll tell you why I think she knew. I think she knew because what happened is you got these two people who are dating in a relationship, and you're gonna tell me that she didn't know something was up, like how his attitude is, how he is around the kids and stuff. You know, he probably threatened to kill her because he probably had some kind of like fantasy for kids, you know, because if he's a monster and he can kill and take a life, I think he could probably, you know, threaten her too. I'm not saying that she's innocent, but she knew definitely what was going on.
Interesting.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, the dude took the girl's life, he killed her. So he had to have some kind of anger issues, bipolar, something like that. So what's to say he didn't threaten her after, you know, maybe she caught him doing some stuff. So then he was just like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, if you tell anybody, I'll kill you, I'll kill her. You know, probably flipped out, something like that. But yeah, dude, she knew. And I think that her in her interview, her emotions were completely fake. They weren't something like that. You know, I could just tell by the way she was reacting to the camera and stuff. She wasn't acting like somebody who just lost her child. She was acting like somebody who couldn't say too much because she knew if something like somehow he got off, she'd be next.
Crazy.
But yeah,
I mean, it's this. I mean, like the when I read these details, right? The PCA. I don't know if you read that PCA that I posted or just the one page. You got to have a stomach to read this, bro. So just make sure that you have a bag nearby or a trash can or something, just in case you get sick to your stomach. Because when you go and read that particular document that I read yesterday, that shit'll make you sick for a full day. And then if you go back and read it again, it'll do it to you all over again. It is absolutely disgusting. And not only that, they said that at 8:19 a.m., the video shows Stearns returning to the apartment complex with Soto's body visible in the vehicle.
Already
Okay?
deceased.
So this idiot pulled back up at the apartment complex with her body in the vehicle and is captured on video. Crazy.
Yeah, and she was already deceased in the car, which means, no telling how long she'd been dead. I mean, if somebody who can do something like that to a child and put them in a car like that, or just, like no telling what he really did to that child. I mean, we kind of have a hint and we kind of know, and there's something disgusting that we don't even want to think about. But the dude was completely psychopathic. He was sick in the brain. And to me, I think the only way you cure those people is a hollow point. I'm sorry. It's just, I mean, I don't condone violence like that, but honestly, man, you can't treat these kind of people. Doesn't matter how much therapy you give them or medication can't treat them. You can't treat.
No rehabilitation. You cannot rehabilitate these predators that like kids. You're just not going to be able to switch their mindset to get off a kid to like, you know what I mean? They like everything at this point. They like a kid. They like whatever. And you're just never going to fix that. You like what you like. If you got a fetish with that, you're never going to, that fetish isn't going to go away. And that person is going to keep on striking. And it's going to end up turning into murder at some point. Or if not,
Right.
it'll be a career long pedo, which should be, I feel like the charges on being a pedo in the US are so light that these people are getting out and committing murders and doing all other things. Now, in this case, this guy didn't have anything on his record besides traffic tickets. I'll give him that. But this is the worst kind of predator. When you got a predator like this that has just traffic tickets, they don't have nothing that shows, hey, I'm addicted to loving on kids weirdly, like this freaking weirdo right here. That's the biggest type of predator that you got to worry about, because when you don't know somebody likes kids and they don't have no track record for that, it starts to sting a little bit, and it could hurt a lot of people, because these people are the devil. They can literally make themselves look like they're family men and shit like that, and that's disgusting.
Yeah. But see, the sick thing is, I mean, you can read people's body language. You can tell people's true character. The longer you're with these individuals, you can read their energy. You can see how they are. I know the mom probably had to see him doing some sus shit in front of that child or any of the kids, and she probably didn't say anything because she was terrified of, he's probably abusive. He might be psychopathic. She didn't know. But I will tell you, she knew his character, and I think she lied to the cameras to save her own ass. That's my opinion. And I think, I don't think she should get the same punishment he should, because he committed the crime. But she should get some kind of charge, because I think she knew. And I think if the police were to interrogate her and question her and really press her, she will break. She will let everything come out. And I'm telling you, man, I think this guy deserves death penalty. And like I said on the last time we were on, I was on, it's gonna get drawn out in court. This guy's gonna sit on death row, and it's sick, man. And I really want to say, I pray for the family, because I know, losing a child. I haven't lost a child, but I can't even fathom what kind of pain and just traumatizing feelings that have to go through the family, knowing exactly how she lost her life.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something where it was easy,
right,
or fast. She suffered.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, brother, I wanted to hop by here, man, speak my mind, let you know what I feel. Much love all you guys over Rev Gang. Love you, brother. Y'all have a good night. Hey, Smoke. Hey, I'm gonna speak my mind, brother. You know how I am.
Yes, sir. I know. This one's crazy, man, and I appreciate you calling and having a voice in the community.
Absolutely, brother.
I will be talking to you soon. I'll see you in chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. God bless you. Love and light. Make sure you lock them damn doors too.
Absolutely, brother. God bless.
God bless. Shout out to Smoke, man. We appreciate Smoke. 219-885-9693. Good phone calls tonight. Very solid phone calls. I love hearing everybody's thoughts and opinions. Again, here we go. 843. You're on with me. What's going on? You're live.
Oh my goodness! I actually got in.
Yes, ma'am. You got through, and you are on the air right now as we speak.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm glad you're on too. Share your thoughts with us. What are you thinking here on this case?
let me tell you what I'm thinking.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm thinking that when my daughter, I was engaged, fixing to get married, and my fiance signed my 16-year-old daughter out of school without asking me.
Mhm.
And I sent her butt back to school in her car, and me and him went in the house,
Right.
and he followed me to the kitchen. And when I turned around, I put a butcher knife to
Wow.
his and told him if he ever signed my youngin' out of school
Just
again
one.
without asking me,
Mhm.
I'd cut throat.
That's crazy.
We did not get married.
Mm.
I was abused. He knew that I was abused, and he knew I trusted no one. No one.
Mm.
Not my stepfather, who I love dearly.
Not one person.
No. And this and I feel so bad because if you look at that video of her birthday, she looks so sad.
Yeah.
She just looks sad.
In that picture? In the picture?
It's in a video. They're singing happy birthday to her, and she's just standing there, and then she leans down and holds her hair so it won't get in the candle and
Oh
blows.
no. Oh, that's
But look, if you can come across it, it's so sad. I mean, she's not smiling and laughing while everybody sings happy birthday to her or nothing.
Mhm.
Mom works at night,
Mhm.
but that's why she wasn't there. And when she got home in the morning, she went to bed supposedly, and because she had had a long night. This is what the was told to the police, and so she had asked him to take Maddie to school, or he may have volunteered to take Maddie to school, because I believe Maddie was already done before her mama got home from work. But
wow. Now, what do you think that the mom meant by "we"? You know, what are your thoughts on that? What's your personal thoughts on that?
I'm struggling with that just a little bit, but I'm more struggling with thinking, unless she's terrified of him. Now, all women ain't mean women and bold and strong women. You know, I come from a long line of strong women, so I didn't hesitate to put that knife to his throat. I wouldn't have hesitated to claw his eyes out. My baby's my baby. We can be married 200 years. She's still mine. You don't cross that line. I ain't never let nobody cross that line because of what I went through. So,
Yep, she is a role model for sure.
I have to wonder how she could know unless she was just scared of him. But then I wonder, how could she not know? They dated 7 years.
7 years, not one sign in this whole entire 7 years that this guy was a weirdo? I mean, I know cases that I can compare to this, though. Jessica Paget, I mean, yes, she was an adult, but her stepdaddy killed her too. And I was actually part of that search, which is why that case is important to me. And I remember it. It's out of Northampton, Pennsylvania. Again, Jessica Paget was killed by her stepdad, and he did stuff to her body on camera. I'll just say that. He did stuff to her body on camera while her mom was in Florida. I was literally at the search party, shook this dude's hand, and this guy was the killer.
Oh my goodness.
He literally hit her body and was going back after the searches and recording himself. Disgusting.
After my stepdad did what he did to me, I mean, I thought that he was going to end up killing me too. But I just you know, it was the same situation. My mama worked at night, and that's when he did it. And then I'd be up and gone to school. She'd be in the bed asleep. So we kind of just passed each other in the night at the time that he abused me from the age of 12 to 15.
Wow.
And I got
I'm sorry to
strong
hear
enough
that you had to go through that.
It was awful, but it made me a good, strong, non-trusting mama. It made me a mama that raised a strong, non-trusting another mama. And my daughter and my son and even my daughter-in-law.
Yeah, that's a I'm sorry that you went through that. My heart goes out to you, and I can relate to going through, something like that. I could definitely relate to going through something like that. My heart goes out to you. I appreciate you having the courage to share your story with us.
Thank you. I like watching you. I like watching other people call in and tell you feel about it, because that's how you see the many different sides of things.
Absolutely.
And you learn things you didn't know. But I'm really torn between thinking that mama has. I'm not going to be surprised if she did, and I'm not going to be surprised if she didn't. Either way, because there's things that she did that could be talked up. My daughter run away from. Let me tell you something. My daughter run away from home when she was 14, and as God is my witness, I could give you the police department's number right now, because I didn't sleep, and didn't no damn body else in this town sleep either. Damn cops would tell you they hated to see my car drive up in that yard. When we found my daughter, they told her that they were going all adopt her, and they were going to keep an eye on her, because they were not going to have to deal with her mama ever again.
Wow.
And that made me feel good, because I knew I had them, and they told her, we know that you being bad is all on you. It ain't got nothing to do with your mama, because your mama ain't had no sleep since you left, and ain't none of us had no sleep either.
That's crazy.
So,
that's crazy. That was a long time ago, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wasn't giving out interviews. I had friends putting up flyers in 3 counties away: Darlington, Hart, Florence, Marion. I mean, in all the stores, we was making them 500 at the time and putting them up. That's how she got caught, as a matter of fact.
Wow. That's interesting. Well, thank you for sharing your story. I appreciate you having the courage to do that. And also thank you for calling in and giving us your thoughts, your theories, and opinions on this case. I appreciate that too. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. God bless you, man.
You're the greatest.
Thank you so much. Lock your doors, okay? Stay vigilant too. 219-885-9693. Wow. The stories that I hear all the time, just for a lot of you. That's why I can relate. I don't mind sharing my story. 917 sent from heaven. What's going on? You're live.
Hi, hello.
How you doing?
My name is Josephine, and I'm just watching you on television, and
Yes, ma'am.
I have a lot to say about this case.
Okay.
I studied psychology in college.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was watching the video, and when they was showing this crazy maniac, I could see in his face that he was pretending to cry, and no tears were coming out of his eyes. That was one signal that he was scared, and he was like, lying. And I do believe that this was going on for a very long time. But, the mother probably didn't know about it, but he was probably, abusing her sexually while she was at work. And then when she probably told him, if you keep abusing me, I'm going to tell my mom. But then the mom probably found out also, and then she tried to defend him because I don't believe the mom is innocent. I believe she's guilty. You can see her body language.
Interesting.
Because you see when
is that the stream playing? Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah, I'm sorry. Let me shut it.
I was like, I hear
Anyway,
echo.
let me just.
You good?
Okay. The reason why the mother was like, she was saying, "Oh, I can't breathe." She couldn't breathe, and her legs were shaking, and she knew something was going on. She had to know something was going on because, if your daughter's missing, right? And the only person that is in your house and you saying that he took her to school. First, I don't know if she said we took her or he took her. And everything is we. Like she's so nervous about everything. You understand? And then you see him sitting in the background playing with his fingers. This man is a pervert. He had pictures of children where he was having, fantasy with them. This girl, he'd been abusing her for many, many years. I know he was. And I knew it was his time to get caught, so he got panicked. And I don't know if the mother knew he was sexually abusing her, but she had to know. And maybe she became jealous of the situation. And, because people are crazy in this world. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm
Yes,
a mother.
ma'am.
If my my child is missing, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call the police, okay? And I'm going to have some kind of sense, some kind of mother instinct that something is not right. Because this girl was not happy. She didn't want to be there, okay? She didn't want to be there. And there was a member of a church. She was so scared to tell because people say, "Oh, why you don't tell?" He petrified her so bad that she wasn't able to tell the school or tell the church members because you could tell she was very unhappy. This girl was very, very unhappy. And it's so sad that a mother could sit there and know what's going on and let this man continue to do this to this child, this beautiful, innocent child. She just turned 13.
Literally.
I have a 13-year-old granddaughter. I have other grandkids. And, I always talk to my grandchildren and I tell them, nice people, you got to be careful when they're too nice. You got to be very analytical about very nice people. This guy, when you look at him, if you really look at him in his eyes, he's empty. He's an monster. He doesn't deserve to get out of prison. He needs to be in prison for the rest of his life. Because what he did to that girl was horrific. And the mom, she should get time too, because she's another one. She has a hidden agenda, and they need to arrest her and get professionals that can, read. Because you got detectives, they study psychology. They could tell when you put you shake your shoulder or you put your eyes down. She kept putting her eyes down. Why wouldn't she confront with her eyes? Why? And she had to stop and think what she was going to say. I would have been as jealous. I would have been screaming. I want to know where's my daughter, and I want to find out if it was the man that I was with, or if she didn't know it was him, and she found out. Maybe that's what happened. The daughter told him that she was going to tell on him, and he said, "No, she's not going to tell on me. I'm gonna kill her." And then probably when she told her mother, if the mother didn't already knew, you know what I mean? They probably got together and said, "Oh, if the mother knew, she probably said, oh, they got together and said, we got to do something about this." Or when the young girl told the father, "I'm going the step of the whatever, the creature, the perv," when she told him that, he was gonna, he probably, he got scared and he started threatening. But I don't believe it was like that. I believe that the mother has something to do with it. Okay? And I believe this man was doing this to this girl for many, many years. Because this girl, she didn't have a smile on her face for 1 minute. Not even when they celebrated her birthday. When this man came in the door, she was petrified. You know, this is so sad. I want to see this man go to jail, and I want to see this woman go to jail. And I watch this story every day on your show, every single day, because this made me really sad because I have grandkids too, you know, and they're gonna have to start putting like, you know, alerts or do something, because these people, they're very, very smart. They know how to hide, you know, they know how to hide they secrets. You got them in teachers, you got them in families, you got them in every aspect of life, you know, and they have children. If you notice, they always use a profession, baseball, basketball, to you know, wean kids in so they could take advantage of them. You know what I mean? They're very smart. They have that brain to do stuff like that. But I hope when he goes to jail, they kick his ass. And thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. I love the passion flowing out you. I love the passion
man.
flowing out you.
This is crazy, you know?
No, it is crazy. And the fact that that's why I was saying in general, do people think that mom is involved for the simple fact that she's saying we in the interview? But I mean, it could be, you know, I definitely see where it could be mistaken because we, but then again, I don't know. Like, something just doesn't seem right allegedly with me on that end. But
with the mom, right? Because
with the mom, yes, with the mom. Like something's off. I don't know if she was being abused. I don't know what. It's just something's off. Something's off.
Not me. If a man is abusing my child, I don't give a hell if I die. Kill me first, but you're not killing my child. You know, what kind of mother are you? And you can already say she don't have her son with her. The father has him. So what do you think? Put two and two together.
That's weird. It is weird.
The father has the son, and thank God, because he would have also been being abused.
It is weird for sure. It is weird.
You know?
Yeah, no doubt.
You have a good night. And I'm
You
going to
too.
keep calling your phone when I make more comments, because I love your show. And I like the way you get down. You know what I mean? I like the way you did when they're doing the searching, and you did everything so great, you know?
Thank you
Keep
so
doing
much.
your job.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much.
God
Thank
bless you too, man.
God bless you. You have a
Thank
wonderful night. Make sure you lock your doors before you go to bed, okay?
Oh, please. I have 3 locks on my door, and I have alarm system and camera.
Well, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop people from coming in, but it'll definitely, you know, when they're locked, at least you can hear and get ready and, you know, prepare.
Yeah, that's right. And I have a bat. I have a pepper spray. I have a hot water, whatever I'll do. Because this world is crazy.
It is. But at least you're ready, though. I hear it in you.
Yeah.
I hear it in you.
Yeah.
God bless you, man.
I live in New York City.
Yes, ma'am.
And they just found some dead bodies in Long Island City.
I just heard about that earlier. Somebody posted it, and I seen it. It was
legs,
Gilgo?
heads, arms, everything. They found them there.
It wasn't. What was it by Gilgo or no? I forget what I seen on
it. Was by what is it? Babylon, Long Island.
West
Suffolk
Babylon.
County. Suffolk County.
Interesting.
And you know they got a lot of immigrants coming in.
I used to stay at West Babylon.
Yeah, because it's you did?
Yeah, I used to stay at West Babylon.
You ever heard about this the S13s? They were staying there, and when Trump was president, he got them all out.
Nah, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, look it up. You'll see.
Yeah,
Trump got them all out.
We'll definitely have to check it out. Well, again, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for being a voice in the community. Again, make sure you lock your doors. I hope you have a beautiful night.
Okay. Thank you. You too. And I'm gonna keep calling you when I see more stuff that you're doing. You know, that's very good for the community.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I'll be looking for you. 917 in the building.
Okay, God bless you.
God bless you too. Shout out to her. Good phone call. 219-885-9693. So she definitely thinks mom is involved. 5 You're live. What's going on?
Hey, T-REV, it's Mary. Good evening to you. Hey, wanted to run something by you. I was thinking about, like, with the Montgomery case and Kayla, I wonder if this mom, the reason why they're saying there's no charges with her right now is because she turned state's evidence on him and took an immunity plea deal.
Interesting.
And so if she knows what's going on or knows what's happened, and I think everybody is gets a gut feeling that something's going on there that's not quite right. I'm just wondering, because that would make sense for the cops or the DA's office to say, no, we're not, there's no charges being pressed against the mom. Maybe she spilled the tea on him. I don't know. I hope she did. I still don't think she ought to get away scot-free like Kayla did, though.
I looked at that earlier and I was like, damn, why isn't Kayla in jail?
Because she turned evidence on
So are we thinking, and that's a good point you're making. Are we thinking that's what's happening here right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think the mom, I think they went to her and said, all right, now your daughter's dead. Your interview was real sus. What's going on? And I think they said, you either tell us everything or you're going to go down with him. And I think she probably said, all right, I'll tell you anything, but I want immunity. And she probably had a lawyer and they got her immunity and she's going to testify against him. That's what I'm thinking. It just doesn't make sense to me that they wouldn't. Look at the little boy that's disappeared. Vu.
Yeah, Elijah View. We've been following that here. Little Elijah View still not found to this day.
Right, and Mama's in jail.
Crazy.
Right, both of them are in jail. So why isn't this lady in jail? And just the way she was acting was really sus to me too. I just try not to be judgmental of her, but there's just something not settling right. But I've just got a feeling that maybe she was like, I'll tell you everything, but I want immunity. I don't know, maybe not, maybe wrong on that. But the other thing too is that in the interview with the guy, he was saying, she was asleep the whole time when I was taking her to school. I don't know if anybody caught that. They were asking about what she was doing. He was going, oh, she slept the whole way. Well, she was dead the whole way. Yeah, she was quote unquote asleep. And so I think I heard the police say that they suspected she was dead, leaving the house. He got her out of the house. I don't know why he turned around and went back, which makes no sense. And that's what they have on video. But I just got some really bad news for him, and that's Florida has passed the death penalty now for guys like him.
That's good, because I hope he gets it too. That's just my.
He will.
Some people don't believe in it, but I do. Put him down.
I absolutely, and I think he will be probably one of the first ones to go down on it and get the death penalty. Last night I watched the little vigil for her, and they were talking about, one of the preachers was saying, please, kids, if you see anything, if you know anything's going on, if you're going through anything, please say something, tell somebody. And they were really pushing that message out last night, so I was glad to see that happening. And it's just really such a sad thing. Earlier the callers were talking about his past friend that called in. He said they had a falling out. I listened to the same thing, and he said that when he was 14 and he stabbed the guy, a 40-something-year-old man approached his young girlfriend when he was 14, and he didn't like it, and that's why he went and he stabbed the guy, which I thought was ironic, that a 40-year-old man approached him and his young girlfriend, but yet he turned around and stabbed the guy for approaching his girlfriend. And he also said that when he was like 22 or something, he was rooming with a guy, and they had a shared computer, and his roommate came home and was working on the computers. They were both computer savvy, and he saw a folder on the computer, and he thought, what the heck is this? And he went into it, and it had all the child porn and everything in it, and pictures back then. So they had a huge fight, and this a-hole's mother, who was supposedly a wretched person as well, paid the roommate not to say anything, and that's why he doesn't have charges. And because the roommate was so broke, he took the money and didn't say anything. So there you got it.
Wow.
So I'm sure if that caller that was talking about that tonight on the other whatever channel it was, whatever, I'm sure that'll be brought up in trial. If that's true. But I don't even think he should even go to trial. I think they ought to they know he did it and just do what they got to do with him.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we'll see how it progresses too. I wonder. I'm gonna be interested to look at and see if what you said is right? Is there some type of immunity there, or is, or are we just wrong and she just seems off? Allegedly, I don't know. I'm gonna definitely be paying attention for those details, because that's a good point that you made at the beginning of this phone call about that.
Well, she could be totally just off, but I got a feeling she's got immunity, and she's gonna probably lay it all out there. So there's no way he's gonna get out of this. I hope to God. So anyway, thank you so much.
I definitely don't see him getting out of this, especially with what I just was looking at before, when they're saying that they seen her deceased body in the vehicle. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
they seen him go to the apartment, and they could see her deceased body in the vehicle with him right there. I mean, it doesn't get any more open and shut than that to me. I mean, if she's seen deceased there, you're getting out the vehicle, moving back and forth, and then they're seeing you discard evidence. I mean, pretty much this guy's gonna get hammered. If he gets out of this, I gotta delete the channel. You know what I mean? Like, this is cut and dry right here, right?
Dry, yeah. But that's why he said in his interview, "Oh, she was asleep." If you saw it, it looked like she was asleep. That's why he knows they got him. He is one bad dude, and I hate to think that he was with her at night or whatever for how long. And I know there's some questions on here people are saying, and I've kind of questioned it too, looking at her for her 13th birthday. I hope that she wasn't, unfortunately, with child, and that's why he got rid of her, because she looks different, and that was brought up last night too.
Yeah, that picture. Yeah, I agree. Like, more like if who knows? Maybe he dressed her. Maybe he picked it out. I'm just saying, this dude. I mean, you can't put nothing past this weirdo. You can't.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's heartbreaking, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons why she looked so sad during her birthday, is that her mom wasn't there, but he was.
I mean, I don't know. Some people. This case will make your stomach turn when you go and read that specific document of why he got arrested in the first place. And then the fact that he thought that factory resetting the phone would hide everything that he did. He got a rude awakening. It didn't work.
Yeah, and that's what was interesting too, because his friend talking about him being so computer savvy, well, he should know that that's not going to work. He was just, and somebody said they thought he was deleting that stuff while he was sitting behind her during the interview. He was working on his phone then.
That shit's crazy. That dress she wore was inappropriate for a 13-year-old, says baby girl in chat. Yeah, that dress she wore was inappropriate, and she won't get immunity. They have more than enough on him already, Barbara says. Did you see he works at Disney World just to be around kids? That's just my speculation, but Disney World so he can stare at kids all the time. I guess you're gonna work somewhere where you like this guy at Disney World to just walk around and stare at kids all day long. Sicko.
Yeah.
So
makes you sick.
You think mom is involved here, allegedly?
I think she had more knowledge. I think she's either, and please forgive me for saying this, I'm just gonna say it. She's either really, really stupid and just really dumb and just doesn't get a clue at life at all, or she knows something. And I don't mean to be cruel. Sorry, people, I don't mean to be, but come on, people know when something's wrong with their kids, and seeing her, knowing that she saw that text about her wanting to run away to the woods, wouldn't you even just ask your kid why you want to run away? What would make you say that?
Yeah,
what's wrong?
Absolutely. Why would you want to go to the woods? What's going on?
Yeah, what's happening here, and that would bring up a huge red flag to me, worrying about, oh my gosh, she's here all night with him or whatever, or early in the morning, and we got a good thing going on between us. So what's going on to make you feel that way? No, I think there's a little more there, and I think it'll come out for sure.
Well, hopefully it does.
Anyway, thank you.
And again, thank you for calling in. I know you're about to say thank you. You're welcome. I appreciate you calling in and being a voice in the community and sharing your thoughts and opinions with us. I really do. And the first thing that you said at the beginning of this call, That's sticking in my head. Just to see, I want to see if that's the way that this unfolds, because the way that you're saying is eerily similar to those. I'm curious to see if that's what's going on here.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. Well, thank you much. You take care, okay?
You too, ma'am. God bless you. Lock your doors. Stay vigilant. We live in a cruel world.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
God bless you. Shout out to her. Good phone call. And we're going to pull this clip up real quick. Then I'm going to open the lines right back up. It's like a 2-minute clip. All right. I know Chantel wanted me to play it, and it is important to play anyways because it's about today, right? It's a little update. So
Just one day after the body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto was found, the prime suspect in her disappearance was a no-show in court today. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Manny Martinez. Stefan Stearns waived his first appearance before a judge this morning for the second time in just a span of a few days. He's now facing sexual battery and child pornography charges, but has not so far yet been charged in Maddie's death. Fox 35's Matt Trezza explains why more charges could be on the way.
Stephen Stearns was a no-show for his first appearance in Osceola County Court. His lawyer didn't even want the judge reading out the charges.
Stephen Stearns.
What's wrong, Stephen? You don't want him to read out the charges in court? You afraid the inmates are going to stomp your skull into the curb or the concrete there in the court? What's going on, buddy? Why not? Read those things out loud. I'd have sung them things on the stand. Yeah, he's charged with. And I'd have put it right out to everybody. Put it right out to everybody, every inmate in that courtroom. Read them charges out loud, sir.
For his first appearance in Osceola County Court, his lawyer didn't even want the judge reading out the charges.
Stephen Stearns.
Your Honor, at this time, I am going to waive Mr. Stearns' appearance. I'm also going to waive the reading of these charges. Mr. Stearns is aware of what he's been arrested for.
At the first appearance, Stearns faced charges including sexual battery and possession of material depicting sexual performance by a child. Stearns had voluntarily handed his phone to investigators who managed to recover photos and videos that they called disturbing. Investigators say he's also the prime suspect in Maddie Soto's disappearance. Search teams finally recovered Maddie's body Friday evening after an exhaustive search through the woods in Osceola County. The judge said Stearns would stay behind bars.
Understood, sir. You got 0 bond and 24 CF 632. Good luck to you.
Orange County deputies have turned over the case to Kissimmee Police. Sheriff John Mina says they have proof Stearns tried to cover his tracks after Maddie's death.
We have video evidence that shows Stephen Stearns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee.
Getting rid of evidence of himself.
At 7:35 on Monday, February 26th. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephen Stearns returning to the complex, and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time.
Former Orlando Police Chief Orlando Rolone says Stearns may have thought he could fool investigators.
This is a perfect example of someone who probably thought, I can get away with this. And unfortunately, everything is pointing at the fact that he had now been caught for the murder of this child.
Kissimmee police say at this time they aren't releasing any further updates on the case. In Kissimmee, Matt Trezza, Fox 35 News.
Nothing. Okay, there we go. Crazy. It's crazy that he's like, didn't want those charges read out loud. That's weird. Lines are open again. 219-885-9693. I think that's weird as shit. This dude didn't want the charges read out loud. They should have read them right out loud. Hopefully they still did. It is possible. You said it is possible the mother was dealing with disassociation and denial, trying to recover from shock. Oh, we got another one in the building. 757. What's going on? You're live.
Wow. Hello?
Yes, 757 in the building. What's going on? Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk. Where we at?
And Newport News.
Shout out to Newport News. That's my stomping grounds. Born and raised in Virginia Beach, and and Norfolk. Went to Granby. Yes, man. What's going on? You're live.
I turn you up. So I'm just like excited that I got on. Okay, I'm a grandma, and you know I'm ready to beat this man up and down because I'm so overprotective of my children. But I'm gonna make you laugh and don't pick on me.
Okay.
But if there's any Criminal Mind fans out there, one time I was watching Criminal Mind, and it was a mom and a dad,
and they didn't know where their daughter was. Same age as this baby, Madeline. So at the time, they don't know she's dead. She's just missing. But Rossi, and I forgot who was with him, but Rossi, if anybody knows who Rossi is, was sitting there, and the mom and dad was holding each other, hugging each other, like how she was like rubbing her boyfriend when he was pretending to cry. And someone asked Rossi, why are you staring at them like you're mad? He said, let me explain something to you. I don't care how much you love each other. If you come in the house and tell me, oh, I was taking your child to school this morning and I didn't take her all the way to school, and then I dropped her off like down the street, but now they can't find her. All day, they're arguing and fighting. You did what, right? So Rossi said you always tell when the mom and the dad is guilty because they pamper each other. They console each other. Because in real life, if one of them made a mistake this big, it would be pissed off, arguing and cussing, blaming each other when the police come, trying to figure out how you was that stupid. You're the reason I can't find my baby. So she looks like she has some issues. And I'm thinking that her life is so pitiful that this narcissist, so there are some pedophiles that they won't even sleep with the woman they have unless he has to be aroused by a child. And I remember seeing another criminal episode where she had to let him sleep with her child in order for him to give her love. I believe this went on a little too far. Either the baby got pregnant or the baby got tired, or the mama may have got tired, but they had to get rid of that baby. He probably, being a narcissist, convinced the woman, if I go to prison, you're going to go too. We have to get rid of her. Don't worry, I love you. I'm going to stay with you. Because that woman looks like in every situation that we done seen where a baby or a child is missing, I feel like the reason they don't show emotion is because they've already cried. They've already mourned because that child's probably been dead for like a week. And I say he's the real guilty one, but I know that they either got some on the mom or, like you said, the lady who just called, they probably told her, are you going to, do something? Are you going to be a witness against them? But she's part of it. And yes, I think she needs to be in prison. And both of them need to be under prison. And the last thing I want to say is a grandma, and I have 5 daughters. I tell my daughters, listen, I just wish women would stop having such a terrible, the way they feel about each other, right? Self-esteem. And they're allowing these men to come into their lives and hurt their babies. But these same moms don't want the dad to be with the baby. The dad be fighting court. The mama don't want him. But then she gets with a boyfriend. Boyfriend don't work, stay at home. It's the same story. It's been the same story all year. Boyfriend don't go home or stay with the mom, and then he get mad and then he killed the baby, and then she take up for him because she don't want to lose him. But when this all comes out, either he's going to just plead guilty so it won't come out in court. But if it does come out in court, watch they got something on the mom that she knew about this. Just watch. That poor baby had nobody on her side. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
I think you got it, like Victoria Marie just said. I think you got this profile. I think you got it down pat.
And I'm sorry if anybody's thinking like you really being hard on the mom. You know what? When we gonna start being more harder on the mom? And everyone is always hard on the father. The mom always takes the dad to court to get her baby, but then the dad wasn't good enough for the child just because you mad at him. But then you let this no good bum come into your house, and you're gonna leave a adolescent, prepubescent child home with a man talking about. I'm gonna tell you something. I think how you was gonna get a dead body out there without the mama knowing. I think that child was already dead. And then if the child was already gone, well, I don't like to say dead, I'm sorry. But if the baby
You good. Did you hear the details that he went back to the apartment and it was seen her dead body in the vehicle? Police seen it.
You see what I'm saying? I don't think he would have killed that baby. And think about it. He wouldn't have killed that baby and then brought her back because somebody would have. That baby plot. When this all comes out, watch. We found out that baby was gone long before they called 911. This is in every story. It'd be like 2-3 days or 24 hours. that baby was already gone. Now, if he did something to that girl in the house, how you didn't see that? Unless the mother was at work. She may not have had nothing to do with the actual, like, murder,
Right.
but there's no way you didn't know that he wasn't raping your daughter. And some women be so pitiful that they scared to lose the love of these monsters. You know, he's probably telling them, who gonna want you? You ugly, you fat, you this and that. No man wants you. I'm the only one that want you. I'm the only one who love you. So if I go to prison, who you gonna have? But now you don't have nobody. He in prison, your daughter gone, and whatever pitiful thing. But this time you're working with it all alone. I am so angry at all these mothers allowing people to harm their babies. I'm ready to fight, and I'm all the way in Newport News, Virginia. I'm ready to take a plane and be in that courtroom. You got one time to look at my grandbabies the wrong way, and we gonna fight. I'm playing like I'm so. You know, my kids get so mad at me, and I'm not gonna keep nobody from calling me. But I want to say that. So I have 7 children, 2 men and 5 women, and I have 5 grandchildren. And my girls be cracking up because they be like, Mama, if you don't stop watching these crime shows. And I'm like, see, y'all think I watch the crime shows just so I can get upset. No, I watch these YouTubers and stuff when they talk about it because you learn what not to do with your children and your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews. You learn by what these serial killers are doing, how to protect your children. But this world is so different. I have a tear in my eye right now because I am so tired of these women allowing these people to harm their children. I am sick of it. I just wish you would had to get some kind of license to have a baby or give them babies to their father. But because you want to be loved, you just let these Looney Tune Bamas come in the house and hurt your baby. I'm going to tell y'all what, we better start speaking up. The moment we see a man hurt the child, a woman being abused, somebody, stop saying it ain't none of my business. Call the police, say, I ain't going to tell you who I am. Just go over to 7735 Marbury Lane and check out what's going on. That's all I got to say.
Out where you're at.
Huh?
You said 77 what? Marble what?
I made up an address.
Oh yeah. Nah, but there's a lot of you know what? And I'm glad you called in from the 757 too, because there's a lot of this going on in the 757.
Let me tell you something. At first I used to be so proud that it wasn't. Because I'm a real crime person. And I also want to tell you, because I want everybody to hear this, tonight is my very first time coming across your show.
Oh wow.
That's why I haven't sent you nothing yet and did a membership. I'm gonna do all of that when I get off the phone. But I was so busy trying to I was like, who is this? So let me tell you something. Some podcasts is about to be fired because I done found me a new one because I love that you interact with your audience. Kudos to you. Like I'm a member for real. I'm about to send you some stuff and everything. Like I love this. You interact with your audience and you let them, say how they feel. And I used to think it was Ohio. Remember, it used to be Ohio, Florida. And I used to say, what they doing in Ohio? And now here they come into the 757 like, no, we not having that. Every day, because I'm looking at these shows, I don't care if I'm going to the trash, the dumpster. I always looking at dumpsters, see if anybody threw a baby in there. I'm always looking at people suspicious, like, I saw 3 people get in that car when y'all left the 7-Eleven, but only 2 of y'all got out with a Slurpee. What's going on? Like, my kids were like, Mama, leave those things alone. I'm a whole detective.
Damn. So you checking people right after they throw shit in the trash, huh?
Yeah, because every time you find out somebody was in the trash. But ladies, whoever's out there, I'm a whole relationship coach. I coach women after really bad relationships so I can get your mind right.
God bless your soul for doing that.
Yes, because they need to get their mind right, because here's what women got to stop saying. He was a bad man. He wasn't no good. Instead of saying that, ask yourself, and why are they always attached to you? Out of all the men in the world, why these men always come to you? It's something going on with you that you got to get yourself together. So listen, get yourself together before you get in a relationship. Don't let loneliness and all my friends got a man. And get yourself together. Make yourself understand that you are the prize and nobody gets past that. So you can stop putting your children in harm's way. And that's all I want. Thank you so much for having me.
God bless. No, anytime I'm on, anybody feels you. I open the
Well,
line.
I'm
You're more than welcome to
like,
call in. Anybody's more than welcome to call in, and that's another thing is. I like to let people call in and have an opinion because it's
that's
like I
why
said, it's the
you're
news
so
clip, and you
good.
don't get shit after that, right? You don't get to talk.
That's
We
why.
don't have no discussions, and it's just like everybody's wondering what's going on. Am I thinking the same thing about mom, or am I thinking the same thing about her? And we have those conversations here that other places don't, and that's why we do this.
Oh, wait a minute. There's one question that I didn't answer that you're asking everybody. So when she was saying we,
Mm-hmm.
so this is what I took from it. And no, I'm sorry, caller, that said I think is when you say, we put our baby in ballet. No, there's a difference. When we put our baby in ballet, it's just like it's both our idea of but I ain't feel like going, so my husband jumped in the car and took her. No, I think he told her what happened. If anybody go back and look at that clip, she's trying to remember a story. Whenever someone's trying to remember a story, they look up. Like, you know how like your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your child, whoever, they say, hey, where'd you put the receipt to Walmart? And you always kind of look up in the clouds like, wait a minute, where did I put that receipt? Because
Yeah.
you thinking, you're looking for the answer, you're trying to pull it out from somewhere, right?
Mhm.
She's trying to figure out, now, what did he tell me? Now, what I believe is, like she said, I think she knew that baby was going to die, but she just didn't have nothing to do with the murder, which means you had something to do with the murder. I think she knew that he was raping that baby, but you probably didn't let him because he probably scared you, which means you let him. I ain't giving her no excuses. That caller that just came on said they would have all been talking about my death. Mom of 13-year-old girl dies because she was trying to blow this man up because she walked in the room and she saw him molesting her child. Story says, the neighbor says she walked in and the mom had a knife to his throat, and before that she can cut his throat, that he took a gun. Look, the story would have went something like that. The story is never going to be my children died and I watched them die. I'm just going to die trying to save them. But what you're not going to do is wait. I tell you what, neither one of us waking up tomorrow, and the baby going to be an orphan. But guess what? The baby grow up, be all right. The daddy come get her. Finally, the judge will give him, custody, even though he should have gave him custody first. And then when she go older, she'll get older. She'll write a book about. She'll tell a story. My mother died for me, and it was a bloody thing when people walked in the room. She looked like she was trying to take that man's head off.
Yeah.
No child should be dying while the mama's sitting at Burger King 2 years later looking like they having a good life.
That's a good point. There's a lot of
Yes,
that going on. There's a lot of that going on.
It's a lot because the people love the man.
What about
more
Summer
than they love-
Wells? Summer Wells.
Don't make me cry.
I'm just saying. I just covered a story on. I just did I put
I've
3 into
been
1.
crying over Summer Wells for a
Summer
year now.
Wells. Summer Wells. Harmony Montgomery and Quentin Simon. I got a video. I got a docu-series dropping on that in the next couple of
Harmony
days.
Montgomery, we know what happened to her, right? They just need to handle him in prison.
Adam beat the shit out of her.
But when somebody said, why isn't what's the girl name? Adam's wife.
Adam Montgomery beat the shit out of her. Kayla was in the car when that happened too.
But Kayla is in. Somebody said she is in prison.
Her ass was in the car when that happened. What? She's in prison for what?
No, Kayla just got less time, but she still went to jail.
Yeah, she probably got a little slap
When
on
she
the
got on
wrist.
the stand, the prosecutor asked her, did we offer you something? Did you get out of this? And she goes, no. She had one time she came up that she was in prison, like jail uniform or prison uniform. The other time, so no, she still went to prison, but she just got less time for telling on him. Now, what's the girl you said first, Summer Wells?
We're gonna be creating these together because I got a series coming out with a bunch of children unsolved cases.
But we need to dig into Summer Wells. That's the one that my heart breaks for because I believe that baby went into that little nasty roach and mice infested house. And did anybody notice that they don't talk about how she had a back door? What parents give their children's room a back door? Somebody, the dad took her because nobody knew he came home. He took her. Either he trafficked that girl. I believe maybe the little boy, her brother, probably was messing with her and they didn't want him to get in trouble, so they took her somewhere, either got rid of or killed her. But I believe either they trafficked that baby or they killed her because something happened to her and they didn't want nobody to know. A bunch of hillbillies up there, and I'm sorry if I don't mean to, say nothing bad to hurt anybody's feelings, but what I mean is those type of people that don't want nobody in their business, so they live like 80 miles outside of Venus and Mars where nobody can get to them. Yeah, because you know that if you had neighbors, they would see what you was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one more thing, and I promise I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
Has anybody figured out? I'm gonna see if you with me. Till you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Bring it.
Why is her hair always cut like a boy?
Yeah, that I always wonder about. Look, when I look at this case,
Because
yeah,
the dad
it's weird. Look.
dad needs to see you as a boy because he can stop raping you. I believe that because she was such a pretty child, and and they asked the mother why was her hair short. She lied and said, because I walked in the room one time and she had just cut all her hair off.
Yeah, I can't wait to drop this docu-series. I put a lot of heart and soul into this
I'm
docu-series.
so proud of you. I heard you say that. I was listen. You did a docu. Oh my goodness! Let me tell you, you are the bomb.
Yeah,
And
no,
you
I
got
do. I
another
like to do both. I like to not only go live and talk to everybody as a one, but I like to now I'm starting to put docu-series together. So where I'll be locked in the studio for like 12 hours trying to get the right details and put everything
Wow, you good
the right
like
way.
that.
I want to put a
Oh my,
production out too. I don't want to just have a step like a live and then just be known
is
for
it gonna be
live. I want to be known
broken
for
up?
both.
Like how long? Like part 1, 2, 3. How you gonna do
Oh,
it?
this
Like
series is gonna be very long. I mean, we got so many different cases to cover that are just like this. It's gonna be called. Haven't thought what I want to call it, but I may name it "When the Justice System" or "When Parents Fail Their Children." Something I don't know. It's gonna be
Well, I
something. It's
got
gonna be
one
a
for
full
you.
blown series. I just haven't thought of the full name.
I got one for you, and you can edit it, but it needs to say when social services drops the ball.
That's a good one. I like that one too.
Remember Gabrielle?
I
Remember
like that one.
Gabrielle?
I like that one too. That what you just said is a good name, actually. When social services drop the ball, because they drop the ball all the time.
They drop the ball. How is social service knock on your door and say, "I need to see the child," and the abusers can say, "They taking a nap. You have to come back another time." You're not supposed to leave. I don't care if she's in the middle of a birthday party. I don't care if she's using the toilet. We'll wait. When I hear the toilet flush, I'll be standing out in the hallway because I need to see if that baby is safe. They be like, "All right, we'll come back."
Mm-hmm.
And then the baby got to die now because social service knows she's getting abused.
I got you, Scorpio. Man, I appreciate you calling in. I loved your energy, your love and light that you have in your soul, and just the compassion you show.
Ladies, protect your children. Men do not come first. Men do not come first. And I'm going to tell you this last thing. A real man is never going to let you come before his children. So why do they get to come before ours?
Bing bang.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much for having a voice in the community. This a wonderful phone call. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
God bless you. Shout out to her. Good soul. Love her. She's got a great soul. Great soul. Man, she's got a great soul. I like her. I like her. Just as well as I like everybody who he was fiery. 360, you're on the show. What's going on? You're live.
T-REV.
Yes,
looking at that nasty fool on my TV screen got me sick to my stomach. After you had read, you already know where I'm going. When you read what the police report had said,
yes, ma'am.
I must have ran to my stomach 3 times. I ran to my toilet because my stomach was over it. The sickening stuff that man did. And we're not dumb. We know who he did that to. You know, I'm watching the chat. I'm listening to the callers. Some of them, you know, they want everyone to be nice to the mom. No. You have to be dumb to think that, because if you pay attention to the mom, the only reason why she ain't spoke recently is because her coach is locked up right now. She ain't said nothing to nobody because her coach, that she handed her child to do the things he did. is no longer on the side of her, cracking his knuckles and telling her what to say, how to say it, and how to stick to the story.
Yeah, like she would like she was coached a little bit or something.
You can sit there and see it all day. And I'm sitting there watching how, some are saying, well, she's shaking. No, she's not shaking. She's trying to remember the dang story that she was told to say. Do I feel that she knows more than she's put out? Everyone is saying, how did the police get his phone? Well, here's the thing, newsflash, some people don't know this, but whenever your child goes missing, the first people that are treated as suspects, the mother, father, whomever's in the home. Everybody is going to be investigated. And daggone it, if you have a cell phone, that is getting investigated too. You can factory reset it 1,000 times. They're still going to look into it because they have that technology to use. And only a fool would think, oh, I think if I factory reset my phone's going to be clean. Nobody will ever know anything on my phone. No, actually, everybody will see it. It doesn't go away. It never does. And after watching her, and then when he was questioned by the media, and the fact that he was trying to pretend like he was so very sad. Do you know why he was actually sad? I'm going to tell you why he was actually sad.
His ass was about to get caught.
He knew. He said, oh, I'm about to face big time. Because I'm sitting here having to look at these people knowing that I hurt this child. I did things to this child that are so disgusting. Now they're making me sick, and I've got to face that. Yeah, that picture. Oh my
Right
God.
here, look at this. I mean, this this is a guilty man. You're looking right at a guilty man.
You can look right at it. And the only reason why his eyes are red, only us 420 friendlies would know why. Hello.
Bing bong.
And his friend already said, yes, he does 420 friendly stuff. So that's why his eyes are red. They're not red because he's sad or crying. He's high.
Wow, and this guy literally, oh my God, this is disgusting. Just to think about
him and
her dead body in the vehicle, and then we don't even know what photographs or anything that they have from that point forward. And that document, oh my goodness.
Yeah, after you read that, my son kept saying, what's wrong, Mom? I said, nothing. And, he's a teenager. This is why I know the next comment I'm going to make about, teenagers and phones. I know a lot of moms in here with teenagers are going to agree. When I ran into the bathroom the first time after you read it, it tore my gut up. And I couldn't hold nothing down. It was disgusting. There's no way the mom didn't know.
Like she
There's
had
no way.
to know, right?
She had to.
Something. Something. I don't know. And then the fact that he was behind her cracking his knuckles and stuff like that, very weird.
Yeah. And then the fact that and the thing is one thing a lot of people will honestly say is if somebody's trying to tell the truth, they'll accidentally slip. He told the truth when he said, I took her to school. But Mom said we took her to school. There's no daggone way that we took her to school when you supposedly work at night and sleep all day.
So we took her to school. And another thing is right after, that's another thing that didn't make sense to me, because when you look at the timeline, it talks about him pulling back up at the apartment right after and discarding things. What's up with that? And her body is visibly seen in the vehicle where they pretty much are saying, hey, she's dead in that vehicle when we seen her. What did they see for them to know that she was dead? What did could you have possibly seen? Because I mean, you could see people in a vehicle all day long, but knowing they're dead is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's something there that is dark and disturbing that those officers seen, and God bless their souls for having to even look at that. A 13-year-old girl deceased that they had to look at probably through photos or whatever this sick pervert did. He tried to factory reset and hide it and thought that would hide it. Well, guess what? They recovered all of it.
And another thing, the cell phone thing about, she left her phone at home. You show me a teenager, and let's be real now, all these moms in this chat, how many of your teenagers accidentally leave their phone at home? Because I know my son, before he walked out my front door to go to school, the first thing he said, hold up, where's my phone?
Where's my phone, Mom?
So if she supposedly left her phone, no, she didn't leave her phone. Y'all put her phone there. Because her phone would have pinged in the exact area that he heard her at. It would have pinged wherever she was at, cell phone to cell phone tower. That's just how these cell phones are all hooked up.
And my thing with here is like, do you really think Mom was involved here? Like she did something or knew something at least?
I do.
Allegedly.
100%.
It's always allegedly because we don't know. We don't know at all, but it's always allegedly. If you haven't heard it from law enforcement, it is not true. So I'm making that clear.
Yes. I honestly allegedly feel she allegedly had part to do with this. Because if you, I don't know if you've heard this, but there's been say out there on the YouTube streets.
I've heard it.
That she did try to tell Mom what was going on. Mom didn't believe her. And then this thing about him working at Disneyland. Here's how funny that is. Why is Disneyland coming out of the woodwork saying, no, he's never worked for us?
Interesting. So Disneyland came out the woodworks and said, nah, this guy didn't work for us.
Yeah. He's
Today?
Never worked.
When did they make that statement?
Yesterday, in fact.
That's interesting. I didn't see that. I'm glad you told us though.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
And I'm sure you already know who this is, so I don't have to tell you.
Who, on the phone right now?
Yeah, you know who this is.
Hold on. 360. Hold on.
Queen Widow. Got
Okay.
you again.
Queen Widow.
See,
Okay.
Come in and bang bang on your door, and you're gonna be like, lock
Bing
it.
bang. It's okay. It's a Queen Widow.
But yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was like, hold up. I know this voice. And now she's saying, you know who this is. And I'm like, the whole time I'm thinking I know who this is, but I just didn't. Queen Widow wasn't ringing a bell. It does now though.
Yeah, you better, because that's not fair. But yeah, this case with this poor sweet girl has had me sick to my stomach. You know, Elijah, I don't even want to go down the road of what I feel about what could have happened. Because I hate to say it, but I honestly think that he's earned his wings. Because it's just weird how there's no trace, nowhere for, there's nothing. It's like he's gone.
Well, Queen Widow, I appreciate you calling in, sharing your thoughts and opinions with us. This case is insane. I feel like I might have to do something on the second channel to this story, see what's going on. But the second channel is a whole different vibe. You know that.
Yeah.
Everybody else knows that. This case is crazy. I appreciate you calling in and again sharing your heart with us, your thoughts, your opinions. I hope you have a wonderful night. Make sure you lock your door.
You're my favorite YouTuber.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hear that so much, and it's like I'm not used to hearing compliments and people showing love, but I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Talk to you later, hon.
God bless you, Queen Widow. Shout out to her. Good phone call. Good phone call. 219-885-9693. That was a good phone call. Shout out to Queen Widow. Children do not just disappear. T, you get a lot of calls. Hard to keep them all straight. Yeah, it happens. It happens. 314, you're in the door. What's going on? Talk to us.
T-REV.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. I was just watching your show. I didn't hear anything.
No, you're
You know
fine.
what?
We're here.
I called you once before. It was like when the three guys died in the yard. I was calling because, okay, so my thought is the things that you said that he was doing to her. Okay, I don't want to be vulgar, but okay, as an adult, there's certain things women are going like, no, you're not doing that. It's a little painful. So I don't know if maybe like the mother, I mean, because so sometimes you want to like, think, ouch, no, ain't gonna do that kind of thing, if you know what I mean. So I don't know if she maybe, she could have heard the noises that poor baby could have been making. And I know I have a daughter that's getting ready to turn 13, and I sometimes, as a mother, I get that little eerie feeling, and I just always, in the middle of the night, if I get up to go to the restroom, I always check on my daughter. So my thing is just maybe the mother went into, maybe heard the noises, maybe she went into the room and she heard it, but she kind of kept that stuff to herself. But it was always in the back of her head. So I think that's maybe where people are going. She had to have known something. So maybe she heard he wasn't in the room. She heard the noises, was afraid to approach the room because she was maybe afraid. Maybe he showed signs of being mean to her, and she was a little scared. I don't know. But I mean, as a mother, you always check on your children when you get up to use the restroom. I know I do. So maybe that's where I think people are getting like, she had to have known something. So, I mean, you've heard that before. Like people go, yeah, I mean, I heard noises coming from that room. So
I hope not. I hope not. If she heard noises and didn't, what?
Oh no, there's some women out there who'd be like, I heard, so I always kind of kept it in the back of my head and suspected it, and just kind of took it out of, kind of kept it like out of mind, out of sight, out of sight, out of mind, or whatever. But so I think that's where people are kind of getting that from is, I heard something. I didn't want to think that he would do that, so I didn't even pay attention. But the pregnancy thing, it did come to my mind because I thought for her age she was kind of gained from earlier pictures, and then the birthday picture. I that just like popped in my head, and I thought maybe that's why he did what he did, which is no freaking excuse. I gotta watch my language, but I mean, he did it like right after she turned 13, and maybe she's like, maybe he seen signs that she was gaining weight, maybe, and she didn't want to say nothing, or maybe she did say something, and he was like, oh no, I got to get rid of I've got to do something about this. So that's my thought on that. But yes, he did. Something came out that he did stab a young man at the age of 14, and they left town. He also, the roommate that they were talking about earlier, he was 17. He knew him from 17 to the age of 27. So apparently there was another roommate that was living with him, and he had a girlfriend. And come to find out, this monster had a hidden camera and was watching the guy's girlfriend. So the mother paid the guy not to rat him out so that he could just move on his way, gave him money. He was able to relocate. And so it's a whole interview. It was really interesting, but the guy, they all quit having contact with them. But he was very computer savvy. I think he was smart, educationally wise, but I think that, probably street smart, common sense, he was dumb as a box of rocks, So, yeah, I think, and I don't think that court should be ashamed of themselves, because I think he should have stood there. I think they should have made him stand there like a fucking man and you
Read
know,
those
and
damn
face
charges.
everybody, everybody else, everybody in that courtroom, I'm sure did something bad. That's why they're there. They have to read their charges. So why the
Exactly.
hell shouldn't he have to read his charges?
Exactly.
You
And
know,
that was my thoughts
irritates
on
the
that.
shit out of me. That's where the courts fail people and fail our babies. You know, they just fucking fail them. Sorry for my language.
No, you
I'm from
this
the
is an
show me
adult
state.
show. I mean, if there's kids nearby, cover their ears because you may hear some
I'm from
things.
Missouri. I'm from the show me
This
state.
is an
We tend to
adult
just-
show. That's the point. See, that's the thing. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people like, well, what should I say? What should I mean, we know if you think in your head, you know what not to say, but this is adult show. I don't care about a little
Yes,
fuck here and there, or damn it,
Yeah.
or you know,
Oh,
I
I've got a lot more.
don't care about that. Like, I really don't. I know
got a
some
lot
people
more,
do,
but
but I don't. I want people
yeah.
to call up, be themselves, and speak their mind without
Right.
censoring themselves at all. Or, you
And
know,
we should
don't
have-
call
we
up
should
and make
have
it
that
out a
platform.
joke either. Call up, be yourself, but don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want people to do.
I think we should be. I think there should. It's a platform that we can just get our anger out too, because this isn't. It just angers everybody, like, especially mothers, because we're like, you know. I mean, I have boys, so when I have, and I finally have my daughter, and I'm like, you know, I keep her in a bubble, and I will always make sure she's in that bubble, because I mean, you better hope something that ever happened to my daughter like that. Just, you know. I'm like that one caller.
Well, somebody said try to get his ex-friend on a live. Trisha
Yeah,
did.
you really should. There is. I mean, if you watch some of these other programs, these other people, I think it was a news.
I'll
it was a
reach
news
out to
show,
him
like a
myself. What's
news.
his name?
I don't remember. It was a news broadcasting thing.
I'll find his
and
ass.
I think I want to say, but they were talking about it, and yeah, it was a friend that was. He goes, we were friends from a very young age, and then we. From 17 to 27 is what he said, that he lived with him, and then they shared a room.
Mm-hmm.
These two. He said he's a little off, a little weird, but they remained friends. But after he started just being, I think he attacked him, and then he was like, you know, screw this, I'm out of here, bye. So he left, and there was no contact. But he did date. It was a girl he was wanting to bring to a party, and he said she was 17, he was 21, and then they said absolutely not, she's 17. Well, when this all came out, she reached out to the guy and said, no, I wasn't 17, I was 14. So he was 14, she was 14, he was 21.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so he's always had the eye for younger. And if somebody else put on a Reddit, they said they read his Reddit, and he was dogging all these women in Florida. They do all this tanning, they're in the sun, they look so old, they're you know. So apparently he had a problem with older women because they were in the sun too much,
Interesting.
and that's why I think he had
a
eye for
problem with
younger
older women
girls.
because they were in the sun too much.
They were in the, yes, he said they were it was a Reddit post, somebody read it, and he said older women were not attractive because they were in the sun too much. They looked like
Somebody lied to him.
I mean, he needs to look in the mirror, because he don't look like a spring chicken, and he looks a little old and icky himself.
Why is he
you
hating
know?
on older women?
I'm an older woman, and I would totally look the other way on this, dude.
We don't
I mean,
like the
but,
older women.
So I
hate
think
around
that's
here.
why I think he likes younger women, because of our younger girls, because of that fact. So if you're 20 and you're dating a 14-year-old, when you're in your, I don't know how old this dude is, but Monster is, but so if he's in his 30s, he wouldn't hesitate. I mean, apparently he wouldn't hesitate. I mean, I hope that if the young girl is pregnant by him, I hope they get him for murdering the child too, because you know, if that is true, then he needs to go down for not just one but two. And I think they need to quit putting this moron in a bubble and just let everybody know. I mean, he's plastered all over the world. I don't see how people don't know. I mean, but if these prisoners don't know, they sure need to find out, because, and you know, they put him in front of everybody. He might get the ass whooping he deserves, you know. and then some.
It
So,
is.
but that was my thought. And
Thank you for sharing.
like I said, I've called you once before. I called, and I couldn't help but call again. I was like, oh, God, I'm calling again. Because a lot of these things that they're saying, it is true, but it's all, sometimes I mean, a little mixed up. So yeah, he does like younger, he's like the younger woman since he's been 20. So he's a perv and he cannot be rehabilitated. I don't think any of them can. And I think that, they need to quit putting them in bubbles and like these little cages by themselves. Like, Idaho 4, he needs to be in general population so they can go at him too.
Well, I mean, the thing is if you like kids, you like kids. What's going to change that? Why does our justice
never gonna
system or why does our courts think that we can change and rehabilitate these people who like kids? And I know in the case here, I guess there was no signs if you look back or as far as charges against him, it was just traffic charges and stuff like that. But no
he
signs here.
stabbed a kid. He stabbed somebody at 14. His mother, I think his mother might have got him out of that. But he, the pictures, he had the lady, his friend, his roommate, he had a hidden video camera in the house. And then the boyfriend found out and was going, I don't know if he was going to harm him or if he was going to send it into the law. I'm not for sure what they were going to do, but the mother apparently paid him off because he was a pampered little boy and his mom and dad bailed him out of everything. Well, the father, they said, didn't agree with the whole family thing. So he kind of like was off to the side and didn't communicate.
Right.
And then he had a brother that's, I guess, in the military that had nothing to do with him. So the only person that really helped him out, from what I understand, was the mother. And the mother put him in a bubble and paid, if he got in trouble, she paid him off. She paid whoever off. So it's in that article. If you go look for it and find it, you'll see it. It's really interesting. It's a friend speaking out. And then read the Reddit pages because somebody said something about Reddit, and that's where he was talking about he didn't like the older women because they tanned too much and they were wrinkled and they looked older and
you said that's on the Reddit page?
That's on a Reddit. Yeah, I don't know about Reddit because I don't do Reddit, but I heard it
I
on
know,
here.
but I'm just saying though, anybody with a keyboard and mouse can get up on that joint and say, "Man, I knew Steven
Yeah,
Stearns, and
well,
he was out
if
there
you
playing
get
in
on-
the dirt, and he was, you know what I mean? Like that's why I take Reddit and shit, just a lot of places with a grain of salt until I see that person that comes out. Because, like I said, you got these weird characters that come out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, knew Steven Stearns and held hands with him, and you know what I
He
mean?
went
Like
under a
it's
different name.
weird. It's like, come on, dude. Everybody knows Steven Stearns now. Like, get the fuck out of here. People calling it, I'm Steven Stearns' cousin. I can tell you all about him right now. Like you'll get these weirdos in every single case. I can point out.
Oh, well, this guy knew a lot. Like this guy,
all these people who come out of nowhere and insert themselves on YouTube on a podcast like mine to try to say, you know what I mean? I hate that shit. I can't stand when people.
Yeah, no, he knew that. This guy, I think, he was a roommate, so he knew about it. He knew that his brother was in the military. He knew his mother was in real estate. He knew the father was in real estate. He knew that the father was kind of pushed himself to the side because I guess he was tired of the mom bailing him out of stuff. So he was kind of like just kind of standoffish. And then the mother started to bail him out, and she just bailed him out of everything. The guy said, and he goes, "We went to school together. I've known him for forever." And then that's when the 14-year-old girl called and said, "I wasn't 17. I was 14 at the time."
Yeah, that's weird.
So
that's weird. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check into that and see how. See how
Mm-hmm.
real it is. Because I mean, anybody can say they know people and we're in situations and tell us stories, but can it really be confirmed or verified? You know,
I don't know if I mean, I think if you ever find it and read upon it, I think you are listen to the thing. I think he gave his name, so you could probably even look that up. So I gotta go.
I think it's interesting how these people come out of left field and have stories about people after these things, and it's like there's really not much.
Well, I don't think that
with.
They weren't in contact with him, so I don't think they knew a lot about his life. And then when they seen him on TV, they were like, oh, holy shit,
Yeah, no, it may have hit him, and it may be right. I just want to confirm who this guy is that's talking.
Yeah, It's on there because the one lady, she also heard it too. There was a couple people on here because I was reading some of the things and they were like, "Oh no, it was this guy," and it was definitely so. Other people heard it. It was, and I think that they would. I think he sounded legit. I really did.
He
But
might
I
be.
think,
He may be legit. He may
yeah.
be very legit. There's just some people. I just want to warn the viewers because I've been a foolish person before, and hear all these different people come out of nowhere with all these different stories, and it's like they're not who they say they are. They're not telling the truth. So it's like, watch out for what you believe, what you see out. That's all I want is the viewers need to know. Watch out what you believe. Don't just watch a video and be like, oh, he hung out with him and did this, that. Try to verify it and fact check it before we really take it to the air. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't want to keep making those same mistakes and leading people on to believe certain things when it's possibly not the truth. So I want to make sure what we do talk about is truth. If it's not truth, we say it's speculation or it's hearsay. I just want to stand at that point because I'm so sick and tired of these people who insert themselves in these cases and then claim they know a bunch of things about said person. So it's like I hate that.
Well, that's why I said what I said, because I know she said, I mean, she did what she said. I heard the same exact thing that two of the other people heard. So when people were like, oh, maybe it's not true. But I mean, I heard what she heard. So he may not be telling the truth. I don't know. But I mean, he seemed to know a lot about his family. Like I said, he knew that they were both in real estate. He knew that the brother was in the Army. He knew about a stabbing when he was 14 of another kid. So, and the mother, I don't know what she did with that one, but I know that his friend, the other roommate, had a girlfriend, and from what I hear, I heard, and she was 14. She was not. She was not 17. So, but if you look into it and you hear his name, but if you look it up and you hear his name, you might be able to look into it and see a little bit more than what we can.
For sure.
So.
For sure. We'll check.
But I will let you go, and I will keep my doors locked and vigilant.
God bless you.
Locked and loaded.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. God bless you, man. Make sure you lock the doors like you just mentioned. Lock and loaded too. God bless you.
All right. That just shows how much I watch.
Lock your doors. Shout out to her. Good phone call. We appreciate it. I'm just saying in general, I don't care who it is in general. I'm just saying we got to be careful. I feel like so much misinformation gets out because sometimes we'll jump onto things too fast. So I feel like we should discuss and look into them a little bit more. I'm just saying from experience of things that I've covered too. And I'm saying that for myself also. I'm not just saying that because I'm seeing a bunch of misinformation in the place. I'm just saying it as a community together, we can grow by checking into things a little bit more rather than believing if something just comes straight out somebody's mouth and you're next thing you know, you believe everything that they just said. And now you're in 50 different chats telling them this, that, and the third, but it ends up coming out misinformation. And now it's all over the place. Like for instance, somebody being pregnant and, extra details like that. I'm not just talking about specifically what the situation she was just pertaining to. I'm just speaking in general with every single case. That's it. That's how I feel. It has gotten out of hand the last couple of years. The misinformation that just goes out. I think it's absolutely insane. It's absurd. 623, what's going on? You're live.
What's up? It's
Infamous truth teller in the building. What is going on? Talk to us tonight. Bring some truth to us.
I was trying to call last night because I just woke up right now. But
wow.
I think the mom. Yeah, I took a nap. I think the mom, she was giving too much unnecessary information on her interview. Like she, talking about she went to the airport. I just felt like she was just like, what do they call it? Leakage. I feel like she was just providing way too much information. Like she was trying to divert, maybe other questions that they might have asked her.
Right.
Like just out of being nervous. So I feel like, this is my opinion, my speculation, that she probably might have been in denial, not wanting to, there's a lot of stories that where, children are SA'd by family members, and they're just like, they don't want to believe it. They don't necessarily have the conversation, but they want to act like they didn't hear anything or they didn't see anything or them getting up in the middle of the night. And then if that's your boyfriend, and I don't know about anybody else, but if I have a boyfriend and I think that he's moving differently, or he's just, you know what I mean, he's being a little bit sneaky here, sneaky there, trust me, we're gonna get in that phone and we're gonna be looking in that phone to try to figure out who they're talking to or what they're looking at, and see who they're messaging. We'll find a way. The women find a way to get in that phone to, be sneaky to see what they're doing if they think that they're moving differently than they usually do. So I don't know. If she's been with him that long, I'm sure she knows the way he moves,
Right.
So that's what I feel. That's just my opinion. Because I think that, he acts weird just looking at him on the interview. He just looks suspect. So like, I know if I had a boyfriend and I think that, that he's just acting weird, I'm going to be like, well, why is he acting like that? Or why, you can tell. You can tell when they move differently. And us females know how to, find ways to figure things out, or we'll ask questions to see, how they respond and they don't realize we're investigating, So that's just my opinion.
I mean, like, do you think that mom played a part here at all? Allegedly?
I
mean, what's your
don't
thoughts on
know.
mom? What do you think?
I don't know. Because when you were reading that Reddit post, but it's like you said, you can only take Reddit so far, when he's talking about all this and that she's acting crazy. I don't know. I think I don't want to say that that she did or she didn't, but I think she might have known. I have a feeling that she just might have been. I don't know if she was involved. She might have been, because if she had some mental health issues, but I don't want to make that accusation because I don't know, nothing's really come out about her. They might be doing an investigation that we don't know about, because they have that other kid too as well. So they might be trying to figure out how to get, if they think that she has anything to do with it, they don't want to spook her. They wouldn't want to spook her. So they're probably, maybe they're trying to gather enough information to be able to
I just try to,
question her.
like, I've been burnt so many times by false information that now I like to sift through things a little bit deeper than than I would before. For instance,
right.
So many people will send some stuff and it could be rumor, but I see it flowing around even more through other people saying that
the misinformation or not knowing if it's vetted right. Yeah.
Exactly, like it's a fact. And I just want to say that I've learned my lesson so many damn times. I felt like I done bumped my head so many times with misinformation being sent into me and covering that misinformation that I'm just not, like, I can't let that happen no more when it
Exactly. Because it comes back and it bites you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I mean, the chat will move on, subscribers will come and go, but like it stays with you because the people, how people clip things and whatever.
Absolutely. 100%.
And then exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with even sharing other information. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with sharing information, even if it's speculation. Just let it know it's speculation.
Right. So how do you feel like if somebody were to, like, if a subscriber were to, like, say, like, hey, this creator had so and so on their show or something, like, are you welcome to, like, at least hearing that information?
Yeah,
or?
absolutely. 100%. I'm more than welcome to hear that information. Especially, it doesn't matter. We heard it. I've been hearing it all night.
So I think Gray Hughes had the interview with the
I seen it. Seen it.
You seen it?
Yes, I seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
But
okay.
He strikes people. I won't play him here. I'm good.
Yeah.
I know better than that.
He's pretty serious. He might be at CrimeCon though.
He strikes people. So
yeah, I know. He don't play.
I know better than to even play that.
Don't even put his name in the chat.
You know what I mean? For some reason,
I got you.
Just said she sent something, but I didn't see it for some reason. I don't know why I didn't see it.
There's some the comments being deleted in there. So
yeah, it's a glitch. There's a glitch too, though. It's not even showing up for me. She said I sent this, but
there's some that are being deleted that are glitching, and so, like, I don't know. That's why I want you to send me an email. I'm gonna try to send you an email so you can give me your guidelines on how you want your chat. Because I don't want to unless you give a green light.
Personally, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't. As long as people are respectful to each other, I really don't care what they say. Like talk. As long as people can talk with respect and have a respectful conversation, that's where I draw the line at.
And nobody's doxing anybody or anything like that.
Just be respectful. I mean, anything out of those lines is get it
okay.
out.
Okay.
People could be respectful.
Yeah, I just want to double check because I'm just respectful like that because I moderate for a lot of channels, and I go by what their guidelines are, and even if I'm questioning question about, I'll ask before I do anything, you know.
Check your subscriptions. Mine keeps being unsubscribed, DD says. And thank you, Just Me, by the way. I think that's the video y'all were talking about. But I know I've already
So
seen it.
did he go to court already or what?
Yes.
Did he go to
He
court?
went to court today and didn't want the charges read out loud.
Oh, what a I'm
He didn't
sorry, what
want
a
the
pussy.
charges read
What a
out loud.
pussy.
This guy didn't want
Pussy,
the
I'm
charges read.
sorry.
So I was like, what? When I heard that, it
You
kind
know
of blew my
why?
mind.
Because he's gonna get it inside. That's why. Because he'll get it inside. If they find out what his paperwork is, even if it's to jail, you know what I mean. That word
Right.
will spread. So anybody that wherever he goes into court, and if there's anybody that's gonna go in the wagon back to the cell, you know, back to jail, they're gonna say, oh, you know what his charges are, and then he's done so. So that's why he didn't want him read out.
Yeah, that's.
But what a choncho.
There's gonna be some stuff that's gonna wait till this the actual PCA on this case drops. Wait till the
That's
actual
crazy.
PCA drops. You'll see.
He looks yeah. He looks like he's insecure, like he I don't know. I'm looking at that picture of him right now on the thing. He just looks like a pussy. Sorry. You know?
I got your email.
Yeah.
Got your email. Scorpio.
That's so sad. Anyway, I was trying to get in yesterday, and your line was so hot you couldn't get in to save my life. So I figured I'd try right now.
Yeah, it was super busy yesterday. It's gonna be super busy. It's a
Yeah.
wild year starting off already. Absolutely
Yeah.
insane year. Audrey Cunningham, Elijah View, tons of. I mean, it just all these cases already.
There's that boy or somebody in Texas. I think they found one kid. I don't know. I have to go and refresh my information right now because I just woke up, so I
And
don't
then
want
there
to
was a
speak on
mass
anything.
shooting or some type of shooting tonight. I don't know. I seen a bunch of stuff going down. There's a manhunt,
Yeah.
all types of stuff. I don't know what's going on in the world right now, but the energy is crazy. As an empath,
Yeah, it
as
is.
somebody who feels energy, all I know is I feel like
Yeah.
a tornado of thoughts like this. This is what I've been feeling like
Yeah.
lately with the energy in the world. It's absolutely insane. I feel it.
Mm.
I can feel the energy in the air. It's electric.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
don't know. It's either like, either good energy or bad, but I'm getting confused signals from
Like
the
you can't
world. Like
pinpoint
I
it.
don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I'm real empathic too, and I get like where I feel like my equilibrium is off. Like I feel
Absolutely.
like
That's how I've been feeling.
confused.
That's how I've
Yep.
been feeling lately. And it's
Like you don't
absolutely
feel like you can get your thoughts together. Like you feel like there's just so much going on. Your thoughts are just jumbled up everywhere. Like, and you can't pinpoint what's what and what, Yep, I know exactly how you feel. I get the same feelings. Like
I
when
don't know
the
what
first
it
thing,
is, Infamous, but I'm telling
Mhm.
you, right, that like this time and age is like I haven't felt
and it
any feeling in the
almost
world.
makes you hesitate because it's like you don't know what, you don't really know if you want to tap into that Pandora's box. You know what I mean? Because like
Right.
once it's open, and for me, I'm so empathic. I kind of, I don't show fear to it. You know what I mean? But I'll pull back a little bit because I've not really mastered the skill and you know what I mean, the art of all that gift. So I'm not really that in that place in my life to really tap in like really heavy, because if you tap in really heavy, then you're gonna open up some floodgates, and because especially if you're empathic, you're gonna open up a lot of floodgates, and if you mentally can't, you know what I mean, handle it. I don't know if but I know I can sense things too. I sense them like crazy, and I can feel people's energies, and I actually pull people's energies. Like if everybody's pissed off in the room, like I can literally feel physically in my body, like everybody's like ugliness, and I have to like remove myself from like the situation or the group, because it's too much.
And that's
Too
why
much.
when I catch myself getting consumed into some bad energy, I remove that shit and I will distance myself from it and walk
Mhm.
myself into the light because I don't want to deal with that bad energy. You stay
Yeah.
in there, I'm gonna chill in my bubble. You get out of my
Yep.
way, I'm gonna continue to shine light.
That's it.
Yeah, that's that.
And they tell
Infamous.
you don't show fear. As long as you don't show fear, you're good to go. But
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
It's like, I appreciate
all right.
you calling in. Shout out to you. Thank you for being a voice in the community. Thank you for the work,
Yeah, most
my work
definitely.
you do for me. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Yeah, most definitely. All right. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Infamous. Shout out to Infamous. Very, I love her. Thank you. Shout out to her. Great person. Great person. Hold up 1 second. One second. I owe this, right? I owe this. I said I would do it. So I gotta stick to my
Your
word.
call has been forwarded.
No, I gotta stick to don't try to call. You gotta wait 1 second. Let me try it. Let me stick to my word. I almost forgot, but I'm remembering.
Your call has been.
Well, it's a voicemail. You must be trying to call in right now while I'm trying to call you. All right, there we go. I fought the switch. We beat it. Can you hear me?
T-REV, is that you?
Yes, it is T-REV. Hold on. This is Scorpio, right?
It sure is.
Okay.
You are amazing. I can't
All
believe
right.
you called me back.
Yes. No, I know you wanted to call back, so
I did because I have a few things to say. First of all, I want to tell you you are amazing because aside from this case, it has a lot to do with this case. And excuse my voice tonight, I'm exhausted. I've been doing a lot the last few days. But you, as a man, to go publicly and speak about your own abuse and what you've gone through is so rare and so admirable because most men just won't do it. And there's men and young boys out there that are victims too. And I am a mother of was 2 boys, but now 1. But I am a fearless mother because of a victim myself. I have been fearful of any man or any woman being around my boys for that very reason, because boys are victims too. So I admire you for speaking publicly about your own experience.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to say that. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
just being you and doing what you do.
Thank
These poor little girls that were covering these cases, what
Mhm.
breaks my heart is that they didn't have a good man in their life. They didn't have a good man that gave them a voice, and it's unfortunate that it's now. But you're the man in their lives that are giving them a voice to speak out, and people are going to remember their names because of you and so many others and everybody in this chat. And what you do and what this chat does is amazing. It really is. I've connected and I'm addicted, and I love what you do. I love your passion. I love your story. But back to this case. This mother, I am so on the fence about whether I think she did this or did not do it. And I'll tell you why. As a mother, it's hard for me to imagine a mother knowing or doing anything that she's being possibly accused of. However, she did lack such emotion in her interview that it's a little scary. People in the chat are talking about mental health or mental health and being on meds. You know, I myself struggle with mental health and I am on meds. And I know the zombie effect that I think people are referring to.
Right.
But if it was my child, those meds and that mental health would go out the window. I would have emotion. I don't even think I could speak. She couldn't look into the camera. She wasn't crying. That concerns me. That concerns me as I don't want to accuse her though, but it concerns me that her emotion was not to me what it should have been for a mother that was missing a child. There was something absent. Do you not agree?
Yeah, it's something. That's why I was talking about it, because it's just, I don't know, something just hits me a little different with that.
Something's off. I'm not sure what
Allegedly,
it is,
but
but
it just feels, something just doesn't feel right. It feels like that she knows a little bit more to some stuff. Allegedly, I'll go as far as to say that.
I agree. It's hard to accuse her. It really is. And in
It
the
is.
other case,
I'm not trying to. I don't want to. I want to think that she
I
was being
know. Yeah.
abused and something happened, and that could be it. Maybe she was being abused and something. Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to believe that, but there's something just off when I watch the interview, where this interview and the other one. It just, something
I
screams at me.
I agree. I agree. And like I said, as a mom, it's really hard for me to accuse her to do or to be involved in anything like that. But something is definitely off. And I don't think it's mental health. And I don't think it's meds. I don't think it's anything like that. I want us all to be respectful in chat about mental health, because that is a serious issue that I think needs to have a positive awareness and not a negative one. So I do want to say that.
I agree with you.
However,
I absolutely agree with you.
thank you. However, I think this is disgusting, like everybody else does, for this man to be driving. I don't even want to say what he did with the car and her, because every time I hear it, it literally physically makes me ill. It just makes me ill. So I don't want to even speak of it again because it's been said so much and everybody knows what I'm talking about. But, you know, and I keep saying in chat, there's jailhouse justice, and I don't necessarily condone violence, but there is a place in hell for this man, and jail may be where it begins, but there's jailhouse justice, and he has it coming for him. And I don't feel bad at all, and I don't condone violence whatsoever, but there's something seriously wrong with this man beyond just a murderer. But there's murderers, and then there's people that are disturbed, and then there's people that are sick, and then beyond sick and disturbed murderers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think he's that, all of that, and more.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I'm going to go back to something else. I know I'm all over the place, but somebody mentioned something about the way she dressed and her age. We all know at 13, young girls are trying to express themselves. I don't raise daughters. I don't experience that. However, I was an abused girl myself, not trying to make this about me, but I will tell you this. I did seek men's approval at a very young age from being abused. So therefore, I did dress at a time in a very provocative way because I was seeking that attention. As gross as that is, and as crazy as that is, I thought it was what I needed and what was accepted because it happened at such a young age. So therefore, I dressed a certain way, seeking that attention. So maybe this little girl was only dressing that way because she was in some way seeking a man's approval or a man's acceptance. And I don't think that this is his only victim. I think if we look back, or if there's a chance to somehow investigate his history, his ex-girlfriends, ex-wives, whoever it is, if they've had daughters, I can rest assured that this is not the first time this has happened. This predator is somebody that has, I'm willing to believe, I can't guarantee it, I'm not going to accuse him of doing it because it's not facts, but I believe that I believe it's happened before, and I'm glad he's caught now because can we also talk about the new laws for sexual predators? Idaho just passed a law that if sex offenders have victims under the age of 12, the death penalty is on the table. And I don't know, I'm not 100% on the fence about the death penalty either. However, I do think that most of these people are also repeat offenders. And there are so many victims. And how many victims does it take? How many times are they going to be let out? And how many victims is it going to take for finally them to, for something like this to happen, for them to go to jail and get to stay there for the rest of their life? How many victims is it going to take? That's what makes me angry. You know, how many times is it going to take for these people to be let out to just reoffend and victimize these young girls and young boys all over again before one of them ends up gone in a vehicle being driven around by some sicko? And this is the conclusion. How many times is this going to happen? This is disturbing to me. I'm shaking all over. I'm so sorry because it is just
No, it's good points that you're
appalling
making,
to
though.
me.
It's
It's
topics that people need to
appalling to
hear
me.
too. You know, it is.
I'm sorry if I'm getting a little too passionate. I have to speak from my own experience,
Right.
but I'm not a victim. I will say that. Somebody said, "I'm so sorry for you, Scorpio," earlier, and I appreciated it. But you know what? I am not a victim. It made me a stronger person. It made me a fearless mother. You won't come near my kids. My kids at a very young age, knew the only people that were to go anywhere near you were mommy, daddy, and doctor. Anybody else, it was a no, no, no way, not happening. You know what I mean? And I think all parents at an age of when your kids are speaking 2-3 letter words, you tell them, you know, mommy, dad, and yes, sometimes moms and dads are bad too, obviously. But I'm saying, you know, they need to know at a young age, right then and there, you know, mommy, daddy, doctor, nobody else. Absolutely not. And there's even doctors out there that have been accused. I can't, you know, there's ugly everywhere. But I think it starts with us as individuals. It starts with us in this chat. It starts with us in other chats. It starts with us on the streets. It starts with us everywhere. It starts with us as individuals to protect our kids, because if we as people, as individuals, don't stop this and protect our kids, these things are going to keep happening. And I feel bad because there's young mothers and there's even older mothers. There's young fathers and older fathers that have to go to work, that have to leave their kids with people, daycare, nannies, people that aren't family. You know, they have to work. But you never really know what a monster looks like until the monster has done something and it's too late, you know.
Right.
But you have to teach your child at a young enough age to understand this is not acceptable, and if this happens, you need to come tell me, and create a safe space with your kids so that you know that they will come tell you, and if not you, they'll come tell somebody else. Because sometimes, you know, I didn't feel safe telling anybody. I went to my grandmother and told my grandmother, and it was her son that was doing it to me, and because it had been done to her and it was her son, you know, it got nowhere. And to this day, he's running around free in another state. And I wonder, are there other victims out there? What is he doing out there in that other
Yeah.
state? And of course, there's a statute of limitation. I can't do anything about him anymore, you know, but I didn't feel safe going to my mom, you know, so we need to make our kids feel safe enough to come to us, to tell us at a very young age, you know, if something like this is happening, whether it be a teacher, the doctor, your coach, your neighbor, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friend, whoever it is, start at a young age. It's up to us as individuals. It starts with us right here, right now, each and every one of us, to protect our kids and to give them a safe place to come to us and tell us immediately if something has happened, and not to be afraid because they've done nothing wrong, you know. And sometimes they're scared. They're scared to come to mom and dad.
I agree
But
with that's a good point you made, Michelle. She said, Rev Gang, just a question. Why are women writing volumes of letters to all these creeps in prison? Women want to date BK and now Stephen McDougal.
Well, it's like the what was the rapist, the Night Stalker, and he had all these groupies.
Richard Ramirez.
He came in.
Richard Ramirez.
He came. Yeah, he came in the courtroom with the sunglasses on, winking at all of his groupies.
Right. Richard Ramirez,
Excuse me.
crazy ass.
Well, there's some women out there that just like bad guys. I mean, I've
Weirdo.
been with a bad guy herself in my lifetime too. Nothing like that, but you know, there's some. I don't want to call them weirdos, but there's women out there that think, you know, oh well, he wouldn't do it to me, you know, but oh my gosh, that's so crazy that he's done it to them, you know, and can look past it, but oh, he wouldn't do it to me, and they think it's exciting or, you know, sexual even or whatever. I don't know what the hell they think, excuse my language, because I can't think that way. But yes, this is common. People are getting pen pals every day, you know,
It's
and writing to these
disgusting.
people.
I don't get that. I don't
And
get
I
it.
know I only have a couple minutes, but there's even a 6-minute, there's even a show on Lifetime about women that are meeting men in prison as pen pals and coming home to them, and these men have committed horrendous crimes, and they're reaching out to them on purpose to say, hey, I know you don't have a life outside of prison. Let me offer you one and come home to me. I don't understand it. Do you?
Mom lies are revealed. Oh, mom's lies are revealed in the affidavit, Jazz says. I have to check that back out.
Yeah, and see, let me tell you what I've learned about this case is only what I've watched on your chat. I was gone for 3 days. A friend of mine OD'd on fentanyl. That's a whole nother story. I will get into that when the Kansas City Chiefs case comes back on. I have something to say about that, but I have actually missed out a lot on this case. What I've learned is what I've learned in this chat.
Right.
But I did have some opinions, and that's what I put in that email. Is I did not have a lot of info, but I had some opinions about what I've seen so far in the last couple of days and what people are saying in the chat. And I just wanted mainly to tell you what you are doing is amazing, because you have been the good man in their life that they didn't get while they were here. They didn't get a voice while they were here. They didn't have a good man life in their life while they were here. And you've been that man, and thank you for that. And keep doing what you do and keep being you.
Wrong button.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in. Again, I don't.
Chat's
I've seen your messages multiple times. Even on, I'll see them on like the community posts, and I'll be like, "Damn, oh okay." I forget because I seen you every time. Like you've been trying to call in for a while, and I seen the message come through the other night. You were like, "I've been trying to call in for several shows," and I felt bad. I was like, "What the hell?"
It's okay, babe. Look,
How
you're
did
busy.
you not get through? Because I don't know how you didn't get through, especially
Because
on the
everybody else
show
is
night.
trying to go. Well, Well, I totally dropped the ball the other night. I called, and what happened was I was trying to download Discord, and I had
Yeah.
my TV on pause. So when you answered and I started talking, I was behind because I was going off what was going on my TV, which was like 10 minutes behind because I was downloading Discord and had paused the TV. I'm chatting on my phone and watching on my TV. And then all of a sudden, I didn't want to disclose who I was. And then the call dropped. So it was an utter fail. And then I was like, I'm never doing this again. That was so embarrassing. But then tonight I was like, no way, Jose. I mean, I've got to call. I'm not afraid to say who I am. I mean, and I changed my name to Scorpio Sunshine because I'm Scorpio all day long, but not all Scorpios are bad. I'm all about positivity, happiness, sunshine, love, light, all of that. So I had to put the sunshine behind Scorpio. So that's who it is. It's still Melanie Shreves, but you know, Scorpio it is for now.
Wow.
I just love you for taking my call. You called me back. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate you.
Yes.
And listen, I'm going to keep watching for life. As long as you're on there, I'm watching, and I need that song. I need that music in my house every day. So how do I get it?
I mean, I'll send it to you. I'll email it to you. All right.
Email it to me because I have to have it. It's
I mean, I have
amazing.
it sent right
My
here. I'll email
16-year-old
it to you. I've already
Do
emailed
it.
it out to a lot of people. I'll email it to you.
Email it to me, please. My 16-year-old son listened to it, and he is a hard critic of music, and he absolutely loved it. He had no idea that it was somebody that I had found on YouTube. He thought you were already on the radio. He's like, who is this? Why haven't I heard of him? And I was like, this is who he is right here. And it blew his mind. So, yeah.
Thank you
If
so
he's
much.
impressed,
I appreciate
then, yeah. Well, you know what? Thank you to you and everybody in that chat. Thank you, because they've all been welcoming. So I'm going to let you go. And I hope,
I appreciate you.
I don't know.
Like I said, I've been seeing your messages saying you couldn't get through, and I literally just remembered when I got off the phone to call you back. So thank you for, like I said, reaching out and trying to get a hold of me. I did see you reaching out to me. You weren't unheard. So thank you for reaching out, and also thank you for calling and sharing your story, your thoughts, opinions. We really appreciate you. I value it. Thank you so much.
Listen, I didn't want to make it about me at all, and I'm
No, it's
not
okay.
going to keep you any longer. I didn't know a lot about the case, so I'm sorry I couldn't offer any information, but I definitely had opinions about some of the things that were said and that I've learned since I've watched. But, you know, that's where I was coming from. But I hope as individuals we can protect our kids and just create a safe place, and I think this world just might be a better place for it, and that's all.
God
So
bless.
everybody have a good night. I'm exhausted. I'm going to keep watching because you stay up so late. I'm going to make a cup of coffee, but I'll be sticking around.
God bless you, man. I might
right,
be
God
going
bless
on the
you
second
too.
channel here in a minute, but
I
God
know
bless you.
you will be. I'll
God
be
bless.
watching.
God bless you.
You too, babe.
Lock your doors. Shout out to her. Good phone call. I appreciate her. Who said they were trying to call in? Somebody said they were trying to call in. All right. Yeah, I did hit the wrong button. And chat had me laughing because of the comments. I almost fell out from some of the comments. Literally. 215, you live. What's going on? Talk to us.
Kev,
Yes, ma'am.
it's Jamie Bona.
Jamie, damn, you got through. What's going on?
I did get through. I know when to hit the button. But I just, all right, so I still don't
There was
feel
literally
good,
like
but
20 people just calling right now. You got through.
yeah, I know when to get through. I know what to do.
Okay.
But either that or maybe it's just God putting me through because I needed to say a few things. But I listen all the time, and I just haven't been feeling good for the past few weeks, or I would have called in sooner. There is one thing that I want to tell viewers. So, first of all, my heart breaks for all these people, including myself and you, who have a story about childhood abuse. I
Yeah.
feel so bad for everybody. Anyway,
Oh, Vona,
that's
you're
not why
getting
I'm
me. You're
calling.
getting me, Vona.
But that's not even why I'm calling. I'm
I
calling
feel the
because
emotion, though. I feel the
I
emotion.
know.
Go.
I know.
Keep going.
But okay, so what people need to understand is a pedophile never gets better because imagine, I know that you're with a woman, right? Imagine if I told you that you could never be with a woman again for the rest of your life. You could only be with men. That just wouldn't feel right to you, right? Because that's just not for you. Like maybe for somebody else, you're not judging, just it's not for you. You love your woman. for pedophiles, they go for people that are pre-puberty. And it would be as if you were telling them that they couldn't be with that person, like that type of, so it's, for them, it's a sexual preference. And so that's why they reoffend. And it sucks, and they should be, it sucks. But that's what the reoffending part's about. And the person before was right. Like they do keep reoffending. And if there is a cousin out there that's done it to somebody, I promise you they're still doing it to somebody else. I do want people to know, though, that of all the people that have been victimized, including myself and you, most of us have gotten the help. Like, I know I've gotten all the help that I've needed. And right now, my emotion isn't for me. It's for your viewers and for the people that I just want to help. I just want to get my phone number out and tell people to call me right now. Oh, my heart just breaks for people, and knowing that I'm like the Rev Gang mental health person, I don't know what else. Like, how can I better help? Like, I just want to help more.
Yeah.
I feel like we're failing everybody.
Mm.
I know. I just don't feel good. That's where my tears are coming from.
No,
And
no,
it's
no,
passion.
no. It's okay. I told you the energy in the world right now is absolutely insane. It is.
No, I know. But I do want people to understand that that's why pedophiles can't get better. It's because their sexual preference is children. And it's sick. But that it's their sexual preference. So unless they're not ever having sex again, it's like it would be as if you told them that, like, like I told you, like, you could never be with a woman again. Like, that just wouldn't make sense to you. Like, you would still find a chance at some point to be with a woman, even if I told you couldn't. So if you could think of it in that way, and it's sick. But I'm saying in that way, that's why the recidivism rate is so high. And it's because that's their sexual preference. And most of the time, you'll find that they were victims themselves. But I do want viewers to know that of all the of all the victims out there, most victims will never go on to hurt anybody else ever again. Most of us will be warriors, social justice warriors, will be survivors. I don't consider myself a victim. I consider myself a survivor.
Right, exactly. And that's something that we have to do to, you know what I mean? Like, for me, that's something that I had to do. I had to push forward and move forward, because if I keep holding on to what happened to me, that when I finally spoke up is when I let go of it and was able to set it behind me and say, I'm not going to be a victim no more. I am going to push forward and step into the light and show people that there's life after abuse.
I guess, I'm so glad you just said that, because it made me think of something else. So real quick, everybody, if you are a victim of abuse and you want to become a survivor like Trev and I, what you have to do is forgive. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but forgiveness does not mean what the other person did was okay. Forgiveness is for yourself. Okay, let me make that clear. Forgiveness is for yourself. It just means that I will no longer allow you to hold me down. That's what that means. So that day that you let go of those chains, whether you were forgiving the person or yourself or whatever, you were willing to, you had to move on. So that starts with forgiveness, and know that it wasn't your fault, but also know too, I would hate for us to, my kids always knew like the rules, and they always knew that especially if somebody says like mommy or daddy will get hurt, like don't ever believe that. That is not true. So of course, but at the same time, I don't want us to be too hyper focused with the kids, because you don't want to scare, we don't want to scare our kids into like not having animism and like believing in Santa and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to over scare kids either.
Yeah.
So I would say that for people who haven't gotten the help or maybe still need to reach out and get further help, first of all, I'm always there. Everybody knows. I don't know if it's okay if I give my email address, but I really feel like if there's anybody out there that's hurting, I know the resources that I could.
Brianna just made a good point in chat. I do want to say this: teenagers touch kids inappropriately, also, and they should be getting a pass.
Okay, no, well, this is the thing though. So I'm glad that she said that, because teenagers, it has to be a 3-year age difference.
Mm-hmm.
So a 19-year-old, 16. So 16 and 19 would be okay, but 19 and 15 would not be okay. And the reason for that is because over that many years, it just has to do with brain maturation and understanding. So I don't know. That is a great point. But if anybody wants to ever reach out to me, just ask Trev. He knows my email. I don't want to like throw my email out there if it's not
Mhm.
okay, but I just feel like I could, if I could help anybody with resources, and a lot of people don't realize that there are free resources out there, and there's help. And there's people like me that are willing to listen to your story, and I have 0 time, and I still figure out time to help people. So I'll help you too. So if anybody wants to reach out to me, please feel free to do so. And right now, me being like, this is passion. I'm not upset. And I also have a fever, so that's the other reason.
There's so many, yeah, but you know what, Vona? There's so many like you out there that care about this shit just as much as you, and that's why we're all here.
I know, but it breaks my heart when I hang up and I listen to some of the callers and I hear that in their voice that they haven't gotten the help that they needed. So I just want people to know that they could be survivors, that they don't have to be a victim.
Yeah, that you can end that shit right now.
Just
You can
break
end it
free.
right now.
Just break free. Just forgive. And again, forgiveness doesn't mean what the other person did was okay. You're just unleashing yourself from them. You're not letting them hold you down anymore. So you're freeing yourself. And that's all that means. And that's when you cross the finish line and you become a survivor. And that's all I wanted to say.
No, that's fine. I have the affidavit. It's somewhere buried on my computer. I'm
I
looking
don't.
for it.
I've been listening every night. I just haven't been feeling good the past couple weeks. I think I have a flu or something. Or I work so much at CKI and I talk often. Like I just work so much and do so much school that I think I'm just working myself into being sick. I think that's all that happened. But I apologize for my passion tonight or my crying or
you
whatever.
don't gotta apologize for having some
I
damn
know.
heart.
Oh,
Shit,
it
when
just
do we
breaks my
apologize for
heart.
having a heart around here?
I know,
You
Trev.
know?
It just breaks my heart. I know. But I just want
Siri,
everybody
I'm
to
not
know out there
talking to
that
you. Siri's over here trying to talk to me like I said, hey Siri. I'm like, what?
I wanted everybody to know that I love everybody, and if anybody needs help, just reach out. There's many
I
people like
appreciate that,
me
Vona.
that'll listen. All right.
I appreciate that, Vona.
All right,
People
Trev. I
appreciate
love
that
you.
too. We love you
I
too.
love you.
Thank you so much,
All
Vona.
right.
God bless
All
you.
right.
Like,
You
lock your doors. Shout out to Vona. Such heart calling in. I feel you, Vona. There's a lot of evilness going on out here. All right, so I'm looking at what you're saying. Now I'm digging for this affidavit. I'm digging for where I saved it to. I know I uploaded that page. Let me look at my downloads. I thought I moved it out of my downloads though. That's a screenshot. That's that. Okay, that's that part. That's not that. All right, that's an Amber Alert 3-year-old. That would be Elijah View. This is just that one part of with the sickening. I have another part on here. Where's it at? Where the heck did it go? Give me 1 second. We're right now. 207. What's going on? 207. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All right. So this is Angel in Waiting.
Mhm.
And I had spoken to you before about my situation with my brother and I had reservations to meet up with my sister that I haven't seen in 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And then come down with measles, so I had to cancel that. So now I'm in quarantine, but I'm not going to let that deter me. I mean, like, I was so happy to be able to talk to my sister and one of my brothers online on the, what do you call it, Facebook talk or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm not very tech savvy. But I thank you for that because Travis, you or T-REV, you put me in a spot where I needed to reach out to them. And the only person I've ever been in contact with in the last 40 years was one of my friends who kept me in touch with a lot of things that was going on with my family. But putting that aside, I'm doing well today. And I feel horrible for these predators that are hurting young little people. It's just sickening. And in my opinion, I think they shouldn't be in solitaire where they're safe and protected. I think they should all be put out in a little arena, kind of like, I don't remember the name of the show that my daughter used to watch, the show that they would have to fight for their lives. And so I think they should put them all out in a cage, in a little arena, and let them all fight to the death. And then the last one who lives should be put under what do you call that? The firing squad. The last person should be on the firing squad, and we'll take care of all of them that way.
The firing squad, man. I'm looking at this document too, that what she's talking about, and I'm glad that I didn't even know I helped you, and you just let me know I helped you. I appreciate you.
You did. I mean, it was just seriously. A few weeks ago, and I've actually gotten a counselor. I was molested by my brother for many years, and then he went to jail for abusing his son, and then came back, and then I walked into the room where my daughter was, who was only a couple months old, and he had his mouth in an area where he shouldn't have his mouth. And yeah, you told me get out there and get help for myself, but also just you wanted me to realize that what was going on wasn't my fault. Yeah. And that's true, because as hard as it is to say, I feel I at the time, I don't feel that today, but at the time I felt like it had to be my fault. Why would all this be going on? And my dad was military, so he's very strict. And I knew I would get in trouble if I said anything. I knew I would, because that would be letting the world know that something was wrong with our family. And I just like you told me to go, try and get help, counselor or whatever, and I did that, and I'm doing that now. I'm seeing a counselor.
I remember telling you that.
Yeah, so I think absolutely. I mean, I give you props for that, because it's been 40 years and I've never thought about doing it. It's been 40 years and I thought, I don't even care. I have 5 brothers and 1 sister, and I couldn't get a hold of them because I didn't know what they would think of me.
And you said you talked to them on Facebook?
I talked to my sister and one of my brothers.
I just want to tell you how happy I am for you and how warm that makes my soul. Do you hear me? I just want to tell you how happy, like, you're making my night tonight. And just letting me know that I have helped you in some type of way. I've always wanted to help people in some type of way. And just knowing that I did that for you warms my soul.
And deservedly so.
And it makes me continue to want to walk in the light. That's what
Please
that
do.
does.
Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. I mean, I wish I had enough courage to go on to YouTube and start my own show about the situation that I went through to help others.
And you
like
can.
You helped me.
You can do that.
I don't know how.
You can do that.
I have no idea how.
Anything that you want to do, you can do. Best believe that. There's no only person in your way is you. If you need help with that, if you need help with that, I will help you.
I would love that.
Okay.
My email address is angelinwaiting0523@gmail.com.
Well, I'll help you with that. So, Matt, you let me know that you're the person that I helped change your life in an email, right? That make sure you put that in the subject, and I will help you do that.
That would be awesome, because you did help me, because I didn't know. I mean, at the time when we were talking about it, it was about not Madeline. What's the other girl's name? I'm drawing a blank.
Oh man, yeah,
the little
right.
blonde
Me too. I'm like, she's got me in my feelings too over here, telling me this story, and she went and got a hold of it. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it warms my soul to hear that. It really does.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a little stronger today than I was yesterday, and I'll be a little bit more stronger tomorrow than I am today. So, and that's all because of you. That's all because of you, Trev, because T-REV, I mean, sorry. I want to call you Trevor for
Trev's
some
fine
reason.
too. That's that's fine.
Yeah. So, I give you credit for the help that you give me, the words that you give me, the love that you showed me. You have no idea. You put me in a spot where 3 or 4 weeks ago, I would never have been in. I would never have been. I would still be sulking in my miserable life where I only had one friend, and in all of those 4 years, I never befriended anybody because I didn't want to be hurt again.
Wow.
I didn't want to have to build a wall. And but the one friend that I did have kept me in touch with my family as far as what was going on with my family. Don't let me say that she kept me intact with them. She gave me information that I needed to know. And when the day that she called me and told me that my brother had passed away from cancer, I did not cry. I did not cry. I did not feel sorry for him. And I still don't know where to go. But long time goes, and I talked to you, and you gave me the ambition that I needed to have to take care of myself. And that's exactly what I did. I started with getting a counselor. I started with contacting my sister, which in turn contacted me with my brother, one of my brothers, one out of 5 of them. And I was supposed to go meet with him this week, and then I ended up with measles. So now I'm quarantined for a couple of weeks. But T-REV, you have changed my life. You have changed my life. And these men who are doing terrible things to little people, oh my gosh. Like I said, they should be put in an arena where they fight to their last death, and the last one that's alive should be in front of a firing squad. That's my belief. That's how I feel. And I'm sorry if that's wrong, but it's how I feel.
Wow. Well,
But
I want to say this to you.
were my protection on getting my life back together. You were.
Yeah, just because right now I'm taking steps to get my life back together too, and it's never, the journey never ends. It never ends, and I want to show that for people. I want to show that for people that it doesn't matter. I mean, there's certain things that you cannot come back from in life, but the little things will never defeat you. And if you let little things defeat you your whole entire life, what are you ever going to do with yourself? Right. But
I have for 40 years not done anything for myself.
And you
except for hide. But I'll tell you what, T-REV, I'll tell you this one thing is for sure. I'm just at the beginning stage of my healing after 40 years. But I am not at the end of my stage. It won't end. I am going to continuing and healing myself, bettering myself, putting myself out there where I can hopefully help someone else like you helped me. And I say that with the biggest heart I have in my body. I say that fully.
I believe you. I feel it. I can feel it.
But I'm not going to hold you up. I love you. I love your content. And I think, keep on helping people, because you've touched me. That means you're going to touch somebody else if you haven't already.
Thank you so much for that. That's so
You're
kind.
very welcome, sir.
I really appreciate that. I really do. I'll remember you. Trust me. That's.
All right. Well,
I'm never speechless. All right. I'll just put it that way. I'm never speechless. Thank you so much.
You're teaching me that too. I will from now on will never be a speechless either. I'm gonna stand up for me. I'm gonna fight for me. I'm gonna fight for my life. I'm gonna fight for whatever I can do for others to help them fight for their lives too. And if you help one person, and that one person was me, I don't know if you helped others. I'm sure you have, but you've helped one person, and now I feel I owe that to somebody else, and I'm going to pay it forward. That is a fact.
Oof. I got chills when you said that.
T-REV, this has been, with my brother has been really hard, but I'm gonna stand strong, and I'm just gonna keep on keeping on until I get it right. And I don't know that I will ever get it right, but if I help one person like you help me, I will feel like my job has been complete.
Oh my goodness. That I appreciate you, man. I hope you have a blessed night.
Yes, sir.
Remember to send me an email, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you so
sir.
much.
Love you. Bye.
Love you back. God bless. Shout out to her. Wow. She just left me speechless. She called during, I think it was Audrey. I want to say it was Audrey Cunningham. I'm speechless, y'all. I'm speechless. And on that note, when I'm left speechless, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow night. On that note, maybe I go on the second channel. Damn, she got me emotional a little bit. I need to. Yeah, shout out to everybody who came by the stream. I appreciate everybody. If you do want to come over to the second channel and see what we do, but again, she just left the definition on the floor for me to run this right now.
I count my blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
It wouldn't be the same with none of y'all by my side. You hold me down every day and it makes me strive. I wake up and look forward to doing these lives. A lot of y'all really came and opened up my eyes, and I hope I gave it back because it comes with yours. No matter what they say, I know I opened up them doors. I brought a family together even though shit was rough. They tried to shut us down, but we really shut them up. No matter what, we stand together when shit gets tough. I wanna thank everyone for showing me love. The Rev Gang family is something I cherish and love, and I'll smack anyone for fucking with us.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
No one making a voice to the voiceless. People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss is something that we find important. Rap gang strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will add up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have the backs. I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance for them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my peeps. Your loyalty means a lot to me, so this is a special thank you from me.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You gotta stop doing this.
Look, all my life it's been neglection. So now I pick up the pen and use it as a weapon. Yeah, you can see that I'm affected. People getting killed for nothing but obsession. You need to look at your reflection and decide who you are. Stop acting disconnected. Got mothers killing kids. People kill to live. Well, I be on the mic, speaking how I live. Every day I wake up, it's another person that's dead, and YouTube has to solve it cause the law is failing kids. I'm disgusted at the evil in the end, and if you connect the dots, you'll see the vision in your head. Why do people die as victim to the streets? They wonder why I'm up all night and can't sleep. I'll be the voice for everyone who can't speak. L.E. failed Kylie and now Sammy is free. AWP did a good deed, and y'all be talking all that shit while they just do it for free. 16 days for 35 minutes. Y'all tried to throw them off and just wanna play the victim. Reaching out to YouTube channels for clout. I wouldn't check it. TV if I went in your house. And SF investigate, stay sending out the hate. Why you mad at Doug and Nick for finding Kylie in the lake? Make it make sense. You're a fake bitch. You were there for money and now you're mad over fake shit. And that's something I can't relate with. Zero emotion from the mom on the statements. All I seen was the devil in her eyes. Tony died, you're a fake. I can see it through your lies. Got Sammy on your stream like the FBI. You've been grooming little kids. I can see your whole disguise. It get Mel calling Ronnie up on the line. Why you lie to the people and say you gon' do it live? Santa May out here looking extra sus. Got an arrow on the ground pointing towards Kylie's truck. Then you want it coming up church. I think your butt hurt. You tried to blame the man for your dog but couldn't find the dirt. I guess that's what they mean by the Truckee way. If you step foot in the town you might die from foul play. And I don't know what to say, but I can feel it through my soul. She didn't drive in LA. So y'all can try to go convince somebody else, cause I'm not falling for that shit. The autopsy really smells.
See, let me explain what I'm talking about, man. And you know what I'm talking about. No water in the lungs. Y'all test for the weirdest shit. I guess it is the Truckee way.
You gotta stop doing this.
I mean, I really